Hello.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first podcast here. It's we don't know what we're gonna call it yet.
He who should not be named, or he who is yet to be named, more likely.
Like we're thinking.
We've been
some
kickballing
names.
some names.
Yeah, we got
for
some
sure.
names.
Yeah, there's well, at the bar today, the Twitter AI came up with quite a few names.
Don't use Gork AI.
Don't use
Grok AI
use
is not. If you're starting a podcast, don't just think of the name yourself.
You
There's no way it's worse than what that little cyber twat is going to give you.
It's
That thing.
experimental for a reason.
Oh, definitely. I was horrified by some of the suggestions. To be honest, they're let's say rated R at least.
Yeah, like there was one. I think it was like.
As soon as I saw
Hey,
cum guzzling, I really started.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like gash ripping money liners or something like
Yeah.
that.
There was
Yeah.
a Cade's
Gut
Whiskey
Rock
Piss
Gamblers.
Wonderland.
There was
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I would never say that or want that to be, I would never
we're not
say
doing
something like it was like fat balls and beer or something like that podcast. I would never want to
I mean,
identify with.
it wouldn't be that. It's not that it would be that far off for
Needless to say,
description
we just want a more
it's
professional.
Just, yeah, we need something that
Yeah.
draws in
Right, like,
the listener, something that gets everybody
Little brand recognition.
some chutzpah, you
But it
know,
can't
a
be
little bit,
forced. It can't be forced either,
Chutzpah. A little bit of Bastio.
Ah, a little bit of Bastio.
Yeah.
Bosh.
It actually took me a second.
Fair enough.
So topics.
Yeah.
You ready
Yeah,
to get into
I
it?
believe you have our first topic of discussion, Mr. Skiles.
Yeah, all right. We're going to talk about the winners of each division in the National Football League to start out here.
For the 2025-2026 season.
We got some Steeler fans up in this piece, so we're going to start.
What's
with
today
the
for the
NFC North.
viewers' perspective? We're sitting in the middle of May here.
May 14th.
May
We got a
14th.
good 16,
The
17 weeks
Steelers
till the
just
season.
sent George Pickens to Dallas for a sack of pennies.
Hey, we want to drink.
Quick thoughts on that
Drink one for George.
for George.
I think so.
I didn't think it's
Everyone
super
said he was a
Little
crash
apple
out.
juice
I think the
for
only
George.
people that hated him were racists and losers. Pickens, I wish you well in Dallas.
With the Pickens thing, the media really hopped on that. I
The
don't think
media-
it was
Anyways,
as big
he's
as
a
a
lazy
problem.
player. Unimaginative
Ungrateful.
routes.
No, I really don't. I don't see it, to be honest.
It was just a bad trade. I mean, like
I just don't
third
see.
round
I
pick
don't
is
see
just a
this
bad
whole
trade.
narrative. I don't see what they were saying.
it
Like,
seems
yes,
very
I saw
constructed.
him upset. I saw him throw things. I saw him yell.
But many
What would
players
you
have done
do
that
if
before.
you? 4 years as a Steeler, he played.
Mhm.
Not 1 year did he have a real quarterback throwing him the football.
And that's why he's frustrated.
No
With a little
question
bit of
about
That's
it.
why he's
stat
frustrated.
here.
I
No
mean,
question
it's like-
about it. Dallas Cowboys fans, you have no idea what you got. You
You got a gem. is
I
what
mean,
you
you
got.
guys are genuinely the Steelers of the West, the way you sell right when you get to the playoffs. But I don't know, man. He might be able to push you over the edge. He's a weapon. That's the only word I can describe him with. He's a fucking weapon.
When you Google George Pickens, it'll say, first article from NBC Sports, Dak Prescott on George Pickens. I'm excited. We need help at that position.
No question. No
Well, they got
question.
CeeDee Lamb. I don't think
Who
they
they
need
have
like
last
a
year?
ton of
No,
help.
they don't need a ton of help. but
Turpin.
The way
This is a good team.
Come
the
on,
way
Turpin.
the NFL is set right now, you need 2 wide receivers to be contending for
Just competitive in
everything.
general.
And I thought that's what we had when we acquired DK Metcalf a month and a half ago, but
Oh my
I
God,
guess
had a
that-
different plan.
I guess it remains to be seen
Like
if
the
there
sh-
is a plan.
The sheer amount the Cowboys throw the football, like especially with Dak Prescott on the field, like he's going to be way more valuable there.
Oh, no
Especially
question.
like
Any
No
more, they're a
question.
pass
Dak,
first
I mean,
Dak
we had
throws the ball
games-
40 times a game.
Exactly.
And we were averaging probably 25 pass attempts a game in his 4 years with whatever butt shit quarterbacks were playing
in
for us.
coordinator.
Yeah, exactly. Both coordinators, you could argue. I mean, Arthur Smith, yeah, so cool. He had Derrick Henry, and he went to the AFC Championship running the ball. What skill did that take? You
I
guys
haven't been
traded
high on
A.J.
Arthur
Brown away. You
Smith
had
since
Ryan
Falcons.
Tannehill.
Yeah.
I don't know how he even got the head coaching job that he got in Atlanta. It
That
doesn't
was
make sense to me.
It's sort of a lightning in a bottle
It
moment.
really was.
I
Yeah.
think.
I mean, that was a weird playoffs the year the Titans went to the AFC Championship.
Well, you got a good game manager. I guess he can get it done if the personnel's around him. It's like
But the
They
Ryan
had
Steelers-
a
Davis.
line, they had a
Steelers-
defense.
He's
The
just gonna
Steelers
run the
don't need a
offense.
game manager. They need a franchise quarterback. And we don't need to talk about that in detail that much right this second because that
It'll
goes a
come
little off
later.
topic of what we were going to
We
talk
might have
about,
to
which
go
is what were you
into it.
saying?
We
Just
shouldn't.
a straight up division prediction.
You think?
We could do division prediction. We could go right into the Steelers. I mean, we
Let's
sound like
keep
we
it
went
structured.
I
right
think
For
yeah.
now.
Let's keep it on target.
Because for the
with what we were
division
at least
leaders,
trying
I
to do.
haven't given it much thought
Yeah.
as of right now.
No,
Looking at it,
this is off the dome right here.
If you're listening to this, I would say, whatever we say, take as much money as you can out of your bank account, as much as you feel comfortable betting on, and put it on this. You will win generational wealth for your family. And
Yeah,
'Cause, speaking for us three, we watch a lot of Red Zone.
Any suggestion that we come up with
exactly.
is for the betterment of your bank account.
Right. I always talk about what I would have bet on, so I'm talking about
Throw
it.
it out
So
a little
you can bet
basketball
on it.
here.
And so you can bet on it. If I bet on it, it wouldn't work. So I'm never going to bet on this. But if you bet on it, it would be good.
Okay. So I'm saying
They
we
read.
start with the big fish, the AFC North.
Fair enough. I'm gonna start us off
Take
here.
us left to right.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. It's obviously the popular pick, obviously the favorite, but I don't. Just by picking the Ravens, I'm not saying that they're gonna do something with their season. I just think they're gonna win the most games in the regular season. I picture them going 11-6, 12-5. They just run the ball too damn well for other teams. Like,
But that defense wasn't looking great last year.
no, you're right.
So
and
did
they
they address
did
that
lose
in the
a-
draft?
Yes, they
Okay.
actually they took a safety in the first round. Malachi Starks, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The
Malachi
problem was
Starks.
in the secondary.
Yeah,
For sure, if
definitely
you
was.
watch their games.
I think-
Kyle
I watched
Hamilton
a
is
few.
a dog. I hate
thi-
playing against
think,
him.
I think Malachi Starks paired with Kyle Hamilton is going to be really fucking good for that team.
It's
With a
going to be
little
tough
Palomalu Clark.
against our no
Yeah,
quarterback
with
this
less
season.
hitting.
It
Right,
really
with
is.
less hitting.
It's going to be tough against the fact that we don't have a quarterback this season.
Yeah, they'll be able to.
I don't
pretty
have
lockdown.
very high expectations for us against the Ravens this season, especially after what happened in the playoffs.
We'll eke
I
out
mean, Aaron,
one
you can
game
tell
as
us
we always
firsthand.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It
was actually
wasn't
there.
there. It wasn't pretty.
I'm going to go with the Ravens as well. They're gonna,
I mean, you
they're
saw
gonna
the
win.
whole environment. Like there was just no hope for Steeler fans whatsoever in that stadium.
Well,
I remember being in Permanis seeing it happen.
Yeah.
Wasn't great.
I mean, you're going to run the ball in the winter with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I mean, I would disagree with like a lot of what the Steelers did defensively, where they had T.J. Watt only going to Lamar Jackson seemingly every single time. Or I don't know what they did specifically, but
TJ wasn't
There's a lot of-
100%. Maybe he was, but he wasn't playing very well.
It
That
just
much I can
seemed-
tell.
No, he's not a $40 million
It just seems
outside
strange.
linebacker anymore.
Not anymore, at least.
I
no.
think that yeah, but I mean, I'm going to take the Ravens too, because their read option is just
Deadly.
unfucking beatable. I mean, there's no one in the league that can stop both Derrick Henry and Lamar fucking Jackson.
Not
Like
at
that's
all.
just
no.
When you have
the
personnel like that and scheme like that, it's just gonna
Right.
work.
And they
Like,
have a pretty solid O line.
Henry coming downhill, and then that threat of Jackson with like the read option,
Yep.
the
I'm not-
pitch out.
Yeah.
We
They
were
got-
talking about this earlier. I'm not particularly afraid of like Zay Flowers,
I think
but the
their
fact that they
receiving
still
core is
have their
mid.
two tight ends, Likely and Andrews kind of act as like a duo wide receiver 2 or wide receiver 3
That's a
in that
tight end
offense.
set with options.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're
At least.
running like their receiving core reminds me a lot of the Chiefs, where it's like it's
There's
not
no guy.
There's no
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
but they have a quarterback that can get the ball out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so if you have that,
I don't know, you could
don't
argue
really-
the
it doesn't-
Chiefs
I mean, you
Have-
can get around.
Chiefs have a pretty loaded wide receiver core at this point.
They've been picking up veterans
Yeah.
little by little. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna get like Adam Thielen.
All right, so
real
who's-
soon.
They signed
who's
Jordan
who's
Mason.
taking
That's a
second, or
fantasy
who's taking
sleeper.
second?
I would echo you guys with the Ravens, but
I'm gonna go obviously.
Bengals.
I mean, yeah, it's got to
Right?
be Joe Burrow. Like last year,
I'd
they got
give them
bitched on,
a slight
and they,
chance
he
of maybe
still
winning
was
it.
arguably the best statistical quarterback in the league last year.
Those
and they
performances
went
were
9-8.
unreal.
Like
Really,
the fact we beat them like 40-30 that one week is just mind-boggling.
that tilt they had with the Ravens, where Jamar Chase
Their
goes about
defense.
80 yards to that. I mean,
Their defense
sick.
is.
But remember, their defense
Horrible.
is so fucking bad. That's why they
It
didn't
might
make the
even be
playoffs.
worse than the Ravens. I don't think it's a might. I
Could
think
be
it is
the-
worse
could-
than the
It
Ravens.
could
Ravens'
be the
defense isn't
worst
that
in the
bad.
whole league. No.
They just give up
Ravens
the pass.
defense is good. They just
They can't
I don't
defend the
know.
pass.
It's hard to keep up with the level of offense that they produce to perform on a defensive level. You can't really keep up with like the bravado or like the showmanship that their offense is putting up. So they're never going to get that sort of recognition while Lamar is on the other side doing all that crazy shit.
But they're solid.
Because they're always going to give Lamar the credit.
Great
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, they are solid.
The
Definitely.
narrative is that Lamar is like ahead of this team,
But-
and he
but-
needs to get those playoff wins. He doesn't have
so
those.
you're
yet.
taking who are you taking
I
to
mean-
win the division? You're taking the Ravens.
Obviously Ravens. I'd echo it.
Are you
but
going to go Bengals or Ravens, Aaron?
I'd give it a slight chance the Bengals
All right.
maybe take this division, but a lot of things have to line up. It's kind of a pipe
I
dream
think-
at this point, but that the offense is good. It's
I
just
think
as
the
good.
Bengals' best hope is the fact that, is honestly morale. The fact that they paid and brought back Higgins and Chase, that's their only hope with
Which
pushing them forward.
we didn't think
is
they could
Burrow
do
being
that.
like, hell yeah,
Right.
they want to like give me my weapons so I can do stuff. But you need more to win in the National Football League than 2 receivers. And the Bengals organization has no clue what you need to win because they've never done it for a consistent period of time.
They just went to the Super Bowl like
One
2
time
years
and they
ago.
got what dusted by
Well,
who?
I think that was Matt
Oh,
Stafford.
it's Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
That's
come on.
Pittsburgh
Yeah.
legend right there. Aaron fucking
Yeah.
Donald.
So keep it
It's-
moving to AFC South, or do we want to keep? Do we want to just rip this
We
division
can-
down?
I think let's finish the division.
It's gonna be-
I mean, there's not much
go
to
down the
say.
division.
We'll go into the Steelers obviously in a little bit.
I don't
but
think
I'm-
we're talking
Browns-
about
I'm
the
gonna put
Browns.
Steelers
I
3,
think
Browns
Browns
4.
Steelers is pick 'em.
No, I'm going Browns obviously bottom of the division.
Same.
Obviously
Yeah.
bottom of the division.
I
I'll
think
put
if you
us
watch
3.
football,
I'm not going to go into detail right now. I'm going to put.
That's
I'll
for
just say
later in
7
the
and 10
cast.
for the Steelers. 3rd in the AFC North. Browns probably 5 wins in total.
I want to get
Alright,
into this
what
AFC
division we go
South.
next?
This AFC South, because I haven't given this any thought.
Is that the
But
Chiefs,
look at-
Raiders?
No, that's Jags,
Jags,
Texans,
okay.
Colts,
Okay.
Titans.
You got to take
Okay.
the Texans. They
What
just
do you-
retooled their offense again. They did it last
I
season,
know.
and they tooled it up.
They drafted
again.
2 receivers
Did they
too.
get Alec Amore or whatever the fuck his name is from Stanford?
We got to get the
Mm.
draft
Alec
up.
Amore?
No,
Amore?
no, I don't know where he went. They took Jalen Lane and Jaden Higgins.
They took Jaden Higgins.
Yes,
That's the-
Jaden
he's
Higgins.
tall.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be. He's got sort of a, I don't know, sort of a, not a DK Metcalf, but more of like
He's a deep threat. He's a tall guy. He can get the deep
Yeah,
ball.
yeah, he's more
I'm
of
pulling
a
up the
more of like a
draft
Rashid
right now.
Shaheed,
Look
like
at it.
Romeo Dobbs type,
Who-
big body. Just
Rashid Shaheed was a story at the beginning of last season. He
Nasty.
actually was playing really well, and
Yeah,
he had ACL tear, or
yeah.
Achilles tear.
No, he'll be back.
I think that
That's Saints wide receivers is not the problem.
I like
don't
that
have a
they don't
quarterback.
run away from
or
that.
defense.
Especially like, I mean, Robert Woods isn't the best in the world, but like getting rid of a guy like Robert Woods and stuff, I think filling that position in the draft is good for
Well,
them.
Dell won't
Especially-
play the whole year because
Right.
of his injury. So it's going to be Nico Collins at the 1, Kirk at the 2.
I'm high on Dell.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
that, because they traded for Christian Kirk, and
And they got
that
rid
dude's
of
just
Diggs.
the definition of a consistent slot. He'll give you 700 yards,
For sure.
60 catches a season, 5 touchdowns.
It doesn't look
Nothing
Not a
better.
head case either.
No, not a head case, and I'm surprised Pittsburgh didn't go after him, especially for the fact we didn't trade George.
And you can't. and
I would have taken Christian Kirk for
None
a
of this
7th
to
round
look
pick,
over.
no matter what.
Joe-
Omar, you fucking idiot.
none of this to look over
could do
Joe
this.
Mixon either. I mean, Joe Mixon's
No, Joe
incredible.
Mixon is an extremely talented running back, and obviously we know the Bengals have never cared about their offensive
They
line.
got someone on defense too, I think, because they already had.
We're talking Texans.
Yeah.
They had the first pick of their draft in the second round.
did
That was
they?
Higgins.
Did they get a
Jaden
corner?
Higgins.
No, they
Higgins.
they
They
gave
went wide
Stingley a
receiver
mega
again.
deal. They gave
Diggs is
Stingley a
gone?
mega
No.
deal.
Diggs is gone.
Who
Diggs
did
is
they
gone.
take in the first round? Was it O-line?
They
No,
didn't have
didn't
a first
a
round.
pick.
I
They
just
traded
looked.
out of it.
They traded out of it. Was that the Jackson Dart pick?
Cam Ward, first overall, really doesn't help Titans out that much either. I mean, he's a good,
I don't know
good
if
talent.
he's the guy. I mean, I know he's clearly the best quarterback
There's
in the
no
class,
team
but what is
around
that
him.
saying? We don't need to
I
go
agree
into
with
that
that.
as that much. But
This went so quiet as a first round pick for me. I didn't really even think about it. I was more worried about who
Ward?
the Steelers were taking.
Ward did?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, then Travis Hunter to Jacksonville. This division is really frisky and fun.
It is frisky, because I like the Jaguars too. They took.
Colts are in that division.
Well, they-
Yeah, Colts.
And
are
they got
in the
Brian
division.
Thomas.
They
They
suck.
took Tyler Warren.
Colts are going to be terrible.
Oh, yeah, their defense is pretty. I don't like their secondary that much. They have a good receiving core, and it all depends on, I think, Anthony Richardson and what he can do this year.
If they're gonna keep riding that
Bro, the
bus.
fact
They
that
will.
they decided to
It's
give
just
$13
how
million
they'll
to Daniel Jones is just it shows how much
And
faith
he's
they
a
have
Colt
in
now?
Anthony
Oh, that's-
Richardson.
Yeah, I mean they're
13 million is a lot for a backup quarterback.
So
That's all I
Texans
have
clear
to say
front
about
runner
that.
here?
I don't think
I like-
the Titans have any ground to stand on this season. They don't have a weapon on offense.
Unless you count Tyler.
My
Boyd.
order would be
Nobody
Titans.
counts Tyler Boyd as a weapon.
My order of this would be Texans, Jags, Colts, Titans. That's how
I would probably
because
I would slide the Titans above the Colts only because I think they have a better
Cam
defense, probably a little better coach than the Colts. The
Colts
Colts,
have no direction.
they
in
have
this
nothing.
shit.
Yeah,
They're
they're,
just
they
swimming.
they really are just aimlessly swimming, Kyle. I don't know what they're doing at quarterback.
Like I don't watch
Richardson
Colts
does
games,
not
but I
seem like
agree.
the answer. Daniel Jones sure as hell is not the answer.
it's fun to
Colts
talk.
fans are probably
It
in
is.
more shambles than we are at this point because they have 4 good receivers and they don't have a guy to throw them the ball. That
And
must
they did
stink.
not help Adonai
That
Mitchell
must suck.
one
But
bit.
they got Adonai Mitchell,
Who didn't
Michael
really even
Pittman,
play.
Alec Pierce, Josh
Derek
Downs.
White moonball.
Yeah. at least we're like
I
lost completely
hey,
on
Colts
offense.
GM.
Yeah. Like, we
We'd
know
take
our
Alec
offense is
Pierce
good.
for some breadcrumbs if you're offering.
A
So
sixth, a seventh, something like that.
maybe even a fifth.
And a
If you
sixth
throw
for
in
an
a pick
Alex
swap,
Pierce.
we would take it even for a fifth. Anyways,
I don't
Moving
know,
to
it's
AFC
so,
West.
so we're all taking Texans, Jaguars.
Texans, Jaguars.
I took
1-1,
Texans,
1-1.
Jaguars 1-2, then I'm gonna go 3
B and
Titans,
C.
4 Colts. I think the Colts are in contention for the number 1 overall pick next year. They're terrible, and I think there will be in the QB race next year,
name
along
a
with our
defensive
Steelers.
player
I
on the Colts.
They're
The
gonna
last
be in
I
the
remember
QB
is
race.
Hooker, the corner.
Tyler Shugg, I
He
don't
was
believe in
good.
at all. I think the Saints will be in the QB race. Genuinely think someone on the Browns will do it. I know Kenny Pickett sucks. He might be decent. Dylan Gabriel, who the fuck knows, actually? Who
I wanna
knows?
see Pickett
Because he
get
was
some
good in
wins
college,
this
but he
year.
was just too small. So he might have a Russell Wilson type arc. They were drafted in the same round. Who knows? Shadur, who the fuck knows? Another one. Like, yes, he can throw the ball, but everything that's been surrounding his name has been all just smoke and mirrors. So who the fuck knows who will even start for the Browns? I know they won't have a good year this year. Do they have their quarterback of the future? Maybe. I don't know. But that organization is more the problem than the player in charge. Huh.
Got a little chair shenanigans.
Okay.
I would start Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
Because he played for Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And he's seen the Matt Canada
Kenny
offense in
Pickett
full
is-
swing.
One of the worst quarterbacks I've ever seen play in person, if not the worst.
Keep it moving.
AFC
But
West.
I did have the privilege.
The Chiefs.
All right, hey, we're moving on. All right, shut,
All right,
shut
all
the
right,
fuck
yeah.
up. Seriously, shut the fuck. Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. So I think this
This,
division.
I think, is the most exciting division in football this season.
I would say that the Chiefs are locked for one.
But the rest of
I
them
think
is
the
a
rest of
dogfight.
it will be fun.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are the
Cheers,
same
Spartan.
thing as they were 2 years ago, where they're kind of relying on injury. If Justin Herbert stays healthy, they'll be a good team. They'll be the same team as the Broncos, where they have a good.
Dude, one thing I want to bring up:
Broncos
Justin
got-
Herbert is one of like 7 or 8 QBs with a 5,000 passing yard season.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
isn't that crazy
No,
to
he's
think about?
nice.
Ben did
Justin
it a couple
Herbert-
times.
Ben done it twice. Obviously,
yeah.
obviously he
Absolutely
did it
goat,
twice.
Actually, the GOAT. And Herbert, did he do it? Was that when he had Allen and Williams,
This
though?
Yeah.
may have been
Yeah,
rookie
it
year
was.
Herbert.
It was his rookie year was his best year, I believe, by far.
But yeah, Drew Brees did that like 6 times
But
very quietly.
I think
very.
Hey,
Cool
Drew
lord.
Brees is top 5 in my
I think
eyes,
the
absolutely.
Raiders are gonna have to like
that,
do
that
something.
should be a topic for later.
The Raiders
I
and
could agree,
Geno
maybe.
Smith are gonna have to do something serious to be out of that 4 spot. But I think depending on injuries, you could flip flop Chargers Broncos. I think Chiefs are a lock for one. I think you could flip Chargers Broncos, whichever way you kind of want to slice it or fucking die. It depends on injuries. I think with those 2 teams.
So I want to
They
go
got-
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. That's my just bland, like right off rip take. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I'd probably go.
I think I like.
I'll
Broncos.
go Chiefs, Broncos 2, Chargers 3.
Well, didn't the Broncos
Raiders
get a
four.
receiver in the
Okay,
draft?
fair.
No, they got Jade Barron, the corner from
Ooh.
Texas, who is a beast.
And they still have Sertan.
And they still have Sertan, so
Yeah.
their secondary is going
No,
to
their
be
defense
elite.
is good.
And
Their defense is
they
good.
don't really need a receiver. I mean, they got Sutton, they got that
KJ
Devon.
Hamlin.
Nah, he's
KJ
KJ KJ Hamler stinks.
Penn State legend.
I don't even know if he has done anything
I don't
on
know
the
if
punt
he's
returns in
league
the NFL.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they got Devon Vele, who's like huge. That dude is 6'6".
He's good.
Like he's
He's a tight
ginormous.
end.
That's like
He
we
is
have
basically
Tim
a tight
Patrick, and we're just gonna make him bigger.
They
Yeah,
they
Tim
do.
Patrick
I think
was-
Tim
Like
Patrick.
Tim Patrick.
I think Tim Patrick is a lion, honestly.
I
He
like
is.
Tim
He
Patrick.
was a Lion this year.
Yes.
Tim Patrick,
I
if
don't
you're
know,
watching, we like you.
The Broncos did have another receiver. I forget his name. He was.
Was it Duvernay? No,
No.
Duvernay was a Raven.
I know they do have Troy
Oh
Franklin.
no, they got that. They got that.
Mims.
Denzel Mims
Yes,
off
Mims.
Jets?
Mims is good.
Former Jet. You think Ashton Jante on the Raiders?
That I mean,
This is
'cause-
such a
'cause
fun
they have
division,
good
you're
core-
right.
They have a good core. I mean, because they got. I mean, their receivers down below. Jacoby Myers is good, but
Jacoby
Always
Myers
like
is
him.
good.
other-
They
other
did
than that,
draft.
They don't really have anything.
They got that guy from TCU, Jack Beck.
But you got Brock Bowers. You've got Ashton Genty. I mean, that's any fucking quarterback's dream, really.
Derek White is a
You can
menace.
throw it.
Oh, yes, he is.
I think one thing we also have to talk about, just with this division, and then we can move on. I think that Omarion Hampton and Najee Harris on the same
Might
running
be the
back
greatest running back duo in the league.
that might be something nasty.
With Najee taking like 2 carries a game and then Marion with about like 30. Yes.
I like Najee Harris.
I was extremely
I was a
surprised
fan
when they
of him.
drafted Omarion Hampton. Extremely surprised. He must have been on their big board.
That
top
guy's a
player.
bowling
No, he's
ball.
good.
I've seen him. I've seen his
I
highlights.
feel like you get two
Bowling ball.
similar players.
Wasn't that like 24 overall?
True,
Something like that?
It was in the
It was
first,
the first
round.
round.
Yeah, I know it was the first round, but
Running backs go in
they
that
could have
high.
taken a receiver, man. They could have taken, I don't
Chargers?
know, maybe
The Chargers?
Luka, Burden. I don't know if they were on the board available.
Oh, I would've liked the
Chargers'
Burden
number one
McConkey.
need was absolutely receiver.
Yeah.
They took Trey Harris in the second round from Ole Miss. I think he's going to be really good. Not as good as the guy they could have got in the first round if they didn't take. I don't know why they would. In my opinion, running back and tight end should never be drafted in the first round. Ever. Under any circumstance.
Well, unless it's Brock Bowers.
Unless it's
But, like, how-
Brock
that was, like, the
Bowers,
one-
Bijan
how you don't know
Robinson,
it's
Noah
Bowers.
Fant went in the
Barkley
first
or
round.
Nick
And he was
Chubb.
garbage.
Yeah.
Trash.
Kyle Pitts,
Every
first
year
round.
there's a tight
Kyle
end.
Pitts.
Don't
Kyle
talk to me
Pitts was
about
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts.
Pitts.
Is this the
Morgan
year?
said-
No,
No,
this
it's
is not
never
the year.
been the
It's
year.
never been the year.
Never.
All right, AFC East. That's enough.
We're gonna segue over to the AFC East here.
Anyways, Kyle poop smelled like shit.
Kyle did stink up my bathroom
Kyle's
really bad.
smells pretty bad.
Did you eat a bunch of prunes today?
I had a hot sausage and cheese,
So I
2
was tell-
Michelob Ultras, and a rum and coke, and
I
that's
was-
all I'm running on today.
That's fine.
I was
That's all
telling
you need.
Kyle that if your poop, like if it is the consistency of clay whenever you wipe it,
And it was.
it actually means you're drinking too much. Because I would know. I'm like clay. I'm fucking molding some pottery in that piece
You got a kiln down there.
most every day. Oh, it's,
What do you need, a
oh,
kiln?
Oh man.
Oh, it's hot.
All right.
Anyways, the AFC East, we got the Bills, the Patriots, the Jets, and the Dolphins.
What the hell? Bills. Yep.
Bills won.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Jets 4. I'm gonna go backwards. I'm
Have
gonna go
fun with
Jets
Justin
4,
Fields, Jets fans.
Then we're gonna go
He was fun.
Patriots 3, Dolphins 2, Bills 1.
Dolphins 2.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would take Patriots 2 this year.
A lot of people probably would, yeah.
Fuck,
Why-
I'm
why
taking
would
Jets too.
Why would you take? Why, okay, we can. Hey,
We can talk
hey
about
guys,
that.
that's what we're here for. Let's talk about it.
I
Why Dolphins 2?
don't have a great reason for you. They really don't try down there. They don't really have any incentive to do well. They just kind of make their money, and live
Devon
on life,
A-Chain
but
just
why they're gonna
randomly
be
gets
2.
they've been 2 almost every season.
So-
Just with their like mundane level of talent that they got there in Miami, I just think that they're gonna probably stick there with Tyreek Hill and the fact they got A-Chain and Ollie Gordon, and
This division hasn't gotten
They got
shaken
Ollie
up too
Gordon.
much.
they did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
NFC North, I don't think there's anything worth saying.
Why are you taking the Jets at 2?
Because it's just a complete unknown. I mean, actually, now that Cade
That's
ironed
a
out his
movie.
point on Dolphins,
A
That is
complete
a movie.
unknown. It's a movie.
who stars in it?
Timothy Chalamet.
He does.
Yeah, it's a fucking. I've never fucking seen it.
Yeah, don't out
It's
yourself
fucking
now.
gay. But it's like about Bob Dylan.
Oh, does he play Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
I guess I could see that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you
fine.
cast a twink to play a twink.
You know, he said the N word in the song.
Yeah.
So the Jets.
Yeah, old people like him. But yeah, so the
Old
Jets.
people like him.
Complete unknown. Couldn't even tell you their receiver core. Defense is
Garrett
still kind
Wilson,
of
Alan
good.
Lazard.
Well,
Bad.
all right.
Pretty bad.
You convinced
Didn't they
me.
get a tight end?
They no.
I don't
Yes,
even want to
they
talk
drafted-
about this
they
division anymore.
They
I'm
drafted Tyler Warren in the second round, I believe.
done. Oh, Jets.
They didn't take Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren went to the Colts.
No. Really?
I'm pulling it up.
No, Mason Taylor. I was talking about him earlier. Mason Taylor went to the Jets in round 2.
All right, so NFC North.
Sure.
We'll glaze over that division. It's the Bills.
It's the Bills. No other team has a chance of winning.
NFC North. If the
Patriots.
Lions go on their Cinderella run again, and it really wasn't, they're a solid team. I could see them sitting on top of the division. Packers chippy right now. Vikings
Jamie.
have a lot of fun.
Jamie stat check here.
I'm gonna go
Playing from
Lions.
CM15.
Packers.
Seems Alexa has to chime into the conversation.
What's that, Alexa?
Alexa, who's going to win the NFC South?
Okay.
The 2025 NFL season will start on Wednesday, September 3rd.
Thank you.
Shut up, bit.
Good point.
Okay. From the top, Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears. You could sub Packers, Vikings. They might switch.
Yeah.
No.
I think I'd take Packers though.
Do the Bears have any chance of getting into?
I
that
honestly would
spot?
say the Lions are locked at 1.
Okay.
But I would say the Vikings, in my opinion, are going to be 4. I think
that Sam Darnold was
I
deadly
think-
last year.
I think the Packers
deadly
and the
version of
Bears
Sam
are going
Darnold.
to... He's gone. He's a Seahawk.
So who are they running now?
J.J.
JJ
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
Michigan?
Not rookie anymore, but basically
He was
a
from
rookie.
Michigan last year?
Michigan QB, yeah. He doesn't impress me in any real regard. He looks like an average player, to be honest, and I don't really get the hype.
I would take Packers too for sure.
Okay.
I think
That's what I
Jordan,
thought.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Love is a really
Yeah,
good player.
I'm going Lions 1, Packers 2, and then I'm gonna go with Vikings and then or no.
So we all got
Bears.
Vikings
we all got the
last.
same
I'm
list.
gonna go Bears 3, Vikings 4.
I think you could flip flop Vikings Bears this year. I think that adding Ben Johnson as their head coach is a really big.
Oh,
move for
yeah.
them,
I
'cause
think-
he was the OC for the
I
Lions.
think the
last
Bears are
year.
going
I
to be a
think
real
that's-
team this year. I don't know if they're going to be a
a
threat
good move.
for playoffs, but I think they give you 10 wins.
NFC South. If you are a Falcons, Saints, or Panthers fan,
Or a
I
Bucks
just-
fan. Or a Bucks fan. I
Bucks-
don't care.
Bucks are gonna be nice.
You guys are irrelevant. All 4 of you. All teams are irrelevant.
I don't think
You guys
any
suck.
draft
You're never
addition
gonna win
that
anything.
any of those teams brought
Emeka
in really
Egbuka,
makes any
cool.
difference.
You guys had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You drafted Emeka Egbuka. Yeah, that was smart. Great idea.
Falcons have that corner, Stingley.
AJ Terrell.
No, Terrell.
Stingley is a Texan.
AJ Terrell is wicked. That's
Yeah.
about your only hope.
Mm-hmm.
Bijan's also a
They
beast.
got
Bijan's
they
great.
got an
Is
edge
this the year
They got
for
the-
Kyle
they-
Pitts?
No.
no,
Did they-
no, it's not. Everyone who thinks it
It's going
is,
to be a big run blocking
take a
year
little
for
bit
Kyle
of a
Pitts.
reality check. Kyle Pitts stinks.
rusher.
Kyle?
Oh, he stinks.
Aaron,
Anyone who's ever taken him in fantasy knows that.
Bad player.
never take Kyle
Drake
Pitts in
London-
fantasy. That's the
Drake
best
London-
advice
If
I
you
can
take
give.
any advice out of this cast, it's probably to not
Do
draft
not
Kyle
draft
Pitts.
Kyle Pitts in fantasy football.
I'm gonna take him.
So I don't even want to do the NFC South a justice of ranking it. Moving to the
Bucks
NFC
one.
East.
Yeah, Bucks are the only team that isn't a complete embarrassment. Tyler Shugg
I
should
echo
not even
that.
be an NFL player. Saints are going to be. They're also in line for the number 1 draft pick. They're going to take a QB next year too.
NFC
what's
East.
next? NFC East is
Eagles,
that the
Cowboys,
old
Commanders,
rivals?
Giants.
The old rivals.
Off the dome, Eagles, Commanders.
Oh, I don't, dude. I take.
Them boys 3, and then Giants
Eagles
4.
did lose a large chunk of their defense.
Wait, you might have to take
mainly in the
the
line area.
Redskins.
Linebacker.
at number
I'm
1.
gonna take the Skins here, dude.
I'm gonna take Eagles, Skins, Cowboys, Giants. But I genuinely think between either third place Bears or third place Cowboys, one of those teams will make the playoffs on the NFC side. I think
I'm trending Cowboys.
I'm thinking that there's going to
Cowboys
be
will make it.
either the division with the Lions, Bears, Packers, and Vikings. 2 of those teams are going to make the playoffs, and then 2 of these teams are going to make the playoffs too.
I think Micah Parsons getting hurt last year kind of fucked the Cowboys a lot last year.
And Dak. I mean, they had no QB.
No QB. I mean, Cooper Rush did.
that guy doesn't play that
Cooper Rush
football.
is what
decent.
Cooper Rush
I
does,
would-
and it's still
I
not
like
enough.
Cooper Rush.
The fact that they added George Pickens sickens me to my core, but I do think
Helps
it
them
will
a whole
make
lot.
it'll help. It helps them a ton. It's the first time that in my lifetime, that Jerry Jones has made a good trade.
Well, they got Javante Williams as well.
Well, what? That's Rico Dowdle
Mid.
and Javante
Very
Williams.
no, Dowdle's gone. He went somewhere
Dallin went
else.
to the Panthers.
Yeah,
Whew.
because what's
That's
his name?
Chuba Hubbard's town.
That's
Jonathan
Chuba Hubbard
Brooks
territory.
tore his ACL for a second
I
time.
wish we'd talk about the NFC South
I don't know. They
more
draft.
because
They
I
also
kind of like that
the
division
Cowboys.
this year.
Cowboys
It'd be
running
fun.
back room is whoa. Cowboys running back room is pathetic.
It's
They
gonna
got
be chippy. in the
Miles
NFC South.
Sanders and that other
'Cause-
guy you just said.
So I like the NFC South a little bit because Bryce Young kind of fucking turned up last year at the end of the season.
He had a second wind, and you saw some promises of maybe a good player. Andy Andy Dalton stepping in randomly for a couple good
That was
games
sick.
deserves being talked about.
That's sick.
Suck. We're all on the same page. Russell Wilson is washed.
The Giants are going to be bad.
Yeah, go and pack it up for next year, Giants fans.
I like
I
their
don't know.
I like their D line. I like the Kayvon Thibodeau with Dexter Lawrence and with
Those are some
Ab-
dogs.
Abdul Carter and with the other guy Brian Burns. Dude, that's pretty nasty.
They're gonna trade Thibodeau probably.
I would say so. I maybe send him to a team like maybe like the Cardinals or something. He would be maybe pretty good there.
They could use a little help on defense.
Okay, so how-
Cardinals are the team that TJ
All
Watt
right, get to the
is
bones.
going to be.
What?
on.
How are you ranking the NFC East?
What's the?
So you're looking at Eagles,
Oh,
Commanders,
yeah.
Cowboys,
Eagles,
Giants.
Commanders, Cowboys, Giants,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Commanders, Redskins, they're dangerous right now.
Yeah.
What did they just get the corner off the Saints?
Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore.
Yeah, I mean, still good.
And Debo.
Oh, and Debo.
I think he's washed, but he can play wide receiver too.
Scary Terry's always going to be there
Terry's a
and
great
ready
player.
to play.
Yeah, Terry is
Like,
a great.
yeah, as long as you have him and Daniels, it's an okay team.
Didn't they get another receiver? I feel like
Debo.
Well,
Samuel.
Yeah, they got
Debo
Debo.
Their
Samuel.
other receiver is
Dimani Brown.
no,
Is it
I'm,
Noah Brown?
I'm thinking
No,
of
they have both, Aaron.
who am I thinking of? It's
You're
a
actually
name,
right on
but
both.
it's
They have
so
Diami
crazy.
and
No, it's not a.
they have
Queenius.
Diami Brown and they
Who
have
was that guy in
Noah
the
Brown.
playoff game?
What
Oh.
is his name?
What's the name? Hold on.
It's
You're gonna kick yourself.
Nemas
I am
Queta.
No. Yes. Commanders Wires. Hold on. It's beautiful. Hold on. He's not even on the list. In related news, Michael Gallup is a commander. But
Whoa. Okay.
yeah.
Big moves.
I mean, I have
Did he
always
get-
respected
did he
his
get
game.
kicked off.
No,
Oh, Brian Robinson Jr. is a dog.
Oh, that guy's.
he does not get a lot of respect.
Who
I think
was
he's pretty good.
last year? I'm about to pull up Football Reference 2024 Commanders. You're gonna like it because this is a name. There we go. This would have been last season, right? Olamide Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus.
I thought he was a
was
Falcon.
low in the alphabet
Was he a
name.
commander?
Low in
Yes,
the
he
alphabet
was.
name, Zacchaeus.
Olamide Zacchaeus last year in that
Good.
that
Fast.
game to get into the playoffs.
Definitely a fast
What
player.
a beast!
Biblical name, it sounds like.
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Or
Definitely a Jerusalem type name.
yeah, I agree. I'll go.
You know, I'd also wager he's probably just from the deep south.
What's
but-
what's
I think
division is next?
Eagles. I think Eagles are still the best team in the league.
They
Me
won the
too.
Super Bowl. You can't argue that. I mean, obviously Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback, but their defense is nowhere close to the Eagles. And AJ Brown, Devontae Smith continue to be the best receiver duo in the league.
I think what makes the Commanders so intriguing is like last year in the playoffs that they were able to go fucking like band for band with the Lions.
With everyone, pretty much.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's cool.
Yeah, it
That
is.
is cool.
And that's why I think they're guaranteed 2 spot, and I think they're guaranteed first wild card.
But
for
if
NFC.
Jaden Daniel, God forbid,
Eagle-
gets
whoever
hurt,
wins that
team
division-
is fucked.
Whoever
Like,
wins that,
absolutely
yeah, exactly.
fucked.
But I mean, you could say that with like half the team's quarterbacks.
Apparently, Olamide Zacchaeus hails from Plainfield, New Jersey. So yeah,
Really?
yeah.
knows a pork roll.
He knows.
I'm
he
sure
knows a roast pork. Guy knows a
Tell
good
me-
He knows a
roast
bacon,
pork.
egg, and cheese on a
You
bagel.
tell me Olamide is.
Right.
This is a family-friendly program.
All right, Cardinal or NFC West. I think this division is enticing.
Give me the teams.
We got Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers.
This is always a very like.
Experience a bit of a seasonal
seven
allergies here.
season.
Nothing we can't.
I'm
push
taking
through.
Rams 1. Call me
Rams.
crazy.
What?
I'm taking
Rams, Cardinals,
Rams
Seahawks. Who?
1.
Rams are the best unit.
Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, 49ers.
Take Cardinals first.
I'm gonna take.
We need some
I'm
bold
gonna
takes.
take 49ers 1 at a resurgence year.
I like Rams 1.
Fuck it, I'm taking the Seahawks at 1. This division just like
Darnold won 14 games last year.
anything can happen.
Cooper Kupp and JSN is a very good wide receiver duo. Very good.
Kenneth
So let
Walker
me say this.
and
Kirk
what's his
Cousins
name?
was in the playoffs consistently with the Vikings. No?
Mhm.
That's receiving core. Justin Jefferson is
Dig stealing, you mean?
always open.
Oh, that Adam
he played
Thielen
with- he
year
played
was
with-
special.
He played with Jefferson. Oh, no, because
No.
that's right, he got hurt
Yeah.
with the Jefferson Addison year. But those two guys will carry you to fucking anything. I think that Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. He makes good throws and stuff.
Would have loved him on the
On the
Steelers.
Seahawks, though, I mean, you got JSN. I don't know if I love that.
I think
that
he's
kid
good.
is good.
I
I,
think
had
he
him in
has it,
fantasy
yeah.
last year. I can attest to
Yeah.
the fact
If
that
you
if
had
they need
JSN
him,
in fantasy, you know that he can get it done.
Yeah.
if
he's
he
got
gets that
shit.
target volume,
Like he can
it's
get
there.
double-digit catches.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can get double covered and get catches because Tyler Lockett is Tyler
But
Lockett.
do you
still
think?
there?
No.
No,
But do you, he's,
Right.
he's a Titan. Do you think?
DK's not there?
Do you think that he will be with Cup?
Who's
there?
their tight end? Noah Fant.
I think
No,
there's a
they
chance.
took-
Oh,
Cup,
they got Cup.
there's a chance
They got
Cup
Kupp,
almost
yeah.
becomes
They
their
did
wide
take a
receiver
tight end.
one. There's a chance because Cup's
No,
always
JSN.
going to be.
I think JSN.
No, he's on the
is
rise. He's on the
good.
rise.
I know JSN was great last year. I think he will make a leap again.
I don't love their offense, but I will say this: that I like the pick of Jalen Milrow for them. I like
New
their
quarterback.
pick with Nick Emanwari. I think they're kind of building a
they
legion
didn't
of
take
boom.
Nick Emanwari.
I think they did.
They took
Seahawks
a
fans,
tackle
you
in the
guys have a
first
bright
round.
future.
They took Greg Zabel in
In
the
our
first
eyes.
round.
Yeah, but I think they also took Nick Emanwari.
You may be right. I'm gonna double check.
So
that
I
here.
think that
Alexa,
they're building a legion.
What
of
team
boom.
is Nick Emanwari on?
Ooh, is she going to be able
From
to get that?
MaxPreps.com. Nick has been added to the Edison 2023 football roster.
What the fuck is this? Alexa,
Edison?
NFL Draft 2025. Nick Emanwari. Who picked him?
Tell them.
From Sportskeeda.com. The Seahawks picked him in the
You're right.
second
Pick her
round of the
work.
Second round.
2025
He fell to
NFL
the second
draft
round.
after
That's
he
what I
played for the
think-
South
Yeah,
Carolina
you're right.
Gamecocks
Okay,
from
you got
2022
me.
to
That's a great
Are you
2024.
trying my ball knowledge?
No, that's a great
Are you
pick.
trying my ball?
I thought he went in the first round.
But he didn't. So,
He didn't. He's a good player. I think they're building a legion of boom too there because they have what's his fucking name? Akella or not Akella Witherspoon? Jesus
he's former
Christ.
Steeler.
No. The
I know what you're talking about. They do Devin Witherspoon.
Devin Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen,
Tariq Woolen.
Still a stud.
fucking, and then Nicky Manwari. A lot of long last names there, but they got a.
That's how
They're
Pete
building.
Carroll likes it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Raiders coach.
yeah, he's the Raiders coach.
Oh. Frisky and punt.
I am very surprised they didn't sign Lockett. Very surprised.
Is he still a free agent?
Titan.
Think
He's a
about
Titan?
Lockett. He's always going to catch it.
Titans have no.
The
That's cool.
The
No.
Titans is the
That might
retirement
be
home.
good
No.
for Cam.
Titans took Ayo Manor. Ileka no Manor.
Alec,
Yeah, they
from
took him.
Stanford.
Yep.
All right, so final verdict for me. I'm going to do
His
my
name is Elick.
crazy
His
bet.
name is Elic.
Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Cards.
Seahawks, Rams, Niners, Cards.
A little crazy.
Niners, Rams, Seahawks, Cards.
I'd go Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Cards.
I think
That just
Pearsall,
shows how
Jennings,
crazy
and
this
Ayuk is the
division
best
is.
receiving core the
Interest-
Niners
that
could
might be
have
the
and
most
should have,
interesting
and I
division.
think that they're
It was
gonna
the
win
most
division.
interesting last year, I
Yeah.
think.
Because the 49ers
I just
got
didn't really
hurt.
know who's coming out of that division. So that
Fun
takes us
division.
to the
What's
bottom.
next?
That's
Last one?
it. That's all we got. So,
all we
all
got?
right, you just want to run through it, Kate. So, let's take your teams for each division real quick.
All right,
Let's
all
just,
right.
just
Maybe they can
bang
get
it
some.
out.
All right,
Put
all
AFC
the
North.
banter.
AFC North. I'm taking the Ravens. Obviously horrible to say as a Steeler fan, but it's gonna happen. AFC South, Texans. West is the Chiefs. East is the Bills, no question. North, Lions, again, no question.
Yeah.
South, Bucks, again, no question.
Yeah.
Every other team sucks. Then we're gonna go with the Eagles, and to round it out, I'm gonna go Niners. So, Eric, Kyle, why don't you give yours?
So my picks. Gonna echo the Ravens pick there. AFC South, probably Texans got it locked up. Chiefs for the AFC West. AFC East, Bills. NFC North, Lions. NFC South, you gotta go Bucks. Starting to realize it's not exactly a fun time in football. We have a lot of really heavy hitters.
a lot of heavy favorites, but like that can always change due to injury and
Last-
other circumstances.
I may rescind my NFC East statement, and I'd put the Commanders over the Eagles. That's a young team.
Fun
You think
take.
Debo puts
Fun
it
take.
over the
Frisky
top?
take.
We're
They're gonna be
starting
very
AFC
simple.
North.
AFC North, I'm going to take the Ravens. AFC South, I'm going to take the Texans. AFC West, obviously the Chiefs. AFC East, give me the Bills. NFC North, give me the Lions. NFC South, give me the Falcons. NFC East, give me the Eagles. NFC West, give me the Rams. I think as long as quarterbacks are healthy, all those teams should win. I think if
Falcons?
That was where I took exception. I think we're pretty much all in line, but once we got down the list to the bottom, I might even take the Commanders there.
Yeah.
Falcons, what's that division?
It's the East, the Eagles and the Cowboys.
I might go Bucks, but Falcons is.
You
I see
gotta
what
take
you're
the
saying.
Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are like the best team.
I think Commanders gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That team is young and fun.
Yeah.
Like, what are they? McLaurin's still doing his thing.
Yep.
Daniels rolling.
Daniels is probably the most fun quarterback to watch.
I don't hate Eagles. I could totally see that. They still have Saquon. Who's Saquon? Okay, so fantasy sleepers. Is that our next agenda?
Yeah.
We're gonna roll with that or what?
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
some
yeah,
time
go
to
ahead.
think?
You can go first, Kyle.
I want my Jacoby Myers take still. I think new addition Geno Smith. If you looked at passing yards leaders last season early on, Geno was probably, I believe he led the league for 1 or 2 weeks, but he was up in top 5 passing yards even towards the end of the season,
For,
week 17.
He was like top 3, I think, at the end of the season. I think he was top 5. He's at least in the top 5.
And you got veteran Jacoby Myers. I think Brock Bowers gets a little more attention from the defenses they play against. Jacoby Myers is still going to do his same old thing. So, yeah, probably Jacoby Myers you could find still probably in your 4th, maybe 5th round. He could be a 3rd round guy if you got fantasy savvy people.
It's a good pick.
All around, only guy on that team that's really just like getting target volume. Good player. We're going to go Jacoby Myers for fantasy sleeper.
It's a good pick. Jacoby Myers was good as fuck last year. He's been good for like the last 3 years. I feel like even on the
Very
on
quietly
the
good.
Patriots, he
Quietly
was
good.
Yep, good player.
I'm gonna stick with Parasol. I mean, I know his volume hasn't been there, but if that team stays healthy, Purdy stays healthy, he could be a wide receiver too.
Debo just departed. Ayuk health in question. Didn't really play too many games last year.
He's not a wide receiver 1 by any means.
No, he's a good change of pace guy. If you need someone to go fast, like right up the gut or like on a YR, like what's that play called? Jet touch pass.
Yeah,
touch pass.
Yep.
I think he's their guy there.
For like he's
Like a-
probably the
How would you see
Ayuk is fast.
It's everybody.
What was Brandon Ayuk's like injury last year?
ACL, right?
Was it?
I'll pull that up.
Yeah.
Because then if it was something like leg, I mean, you're gonna want Ricky Pearsall. He's gonna be the fastest guy on that team. I feel like, besides whatever dumbass 10-string running
Ayuk
back
is
they have.
knee injury? Alright, well, it's something with the leg. You guys are right on that.
That's a good pick.
Let me think.
My sleeper pick, if I had to pick a sleeper,
We're talking like value in like the later rounds.
okay.
I still think that is Jacoby Myers. No one's talking about him. Except us.
Yeah.
So
You heard
I'm
it
watching
here.
an absolute scrum go on this Oilers fucking
Jan
Knights
Mark?
game.
Who's Jan Mark?
Probably Jan Mark.
Jan Mark.
A Norwegian.
Probably is Jan Mark.
Ian Mark. I'm gonna take for a sleeper. I think I'll stick with Sam Laporta just because I feel like he's been talked a little bit less about, especially with like the rookie wide receivers going out. I'll take Sam Laporta. I think he's good.
He didn't get a lot of love from Goff last season, and he's still quality.
You get him in
yeah.
4th and 5th round. I think that is honestly what qualifies
It's a shame.
sleeper
He was
sort
a
of guy.
He was a upper round pick last year too.
Right, he
after
was,
that,
and
yeah.
he kind of had a slow start.
And maybe part of that was, I'll say this. I'll say, it's either going to be Jamison Williams or,
I was honestly
or
going to say,
Sam Laporta.
honorable mention to Jamison Williams, because that guy
J-Mo?
will give you 13, 12 points every week.
Nasty.
Honestly, that's not really what
Nasty.
you're looking
Reminds me
for
a
for
lot
a
of George
starting wide
Pickens,
receiver.
actually,
You
in
want
a
a
way,
little
just
more
like
maybe.
raw talent.
He
But
reminds
if
maybe
you
not
need some
gameplay.
points, need a
Maybe he
plug and
reminds
play.
you of number
He
one
reminds
Davis.
me of number 11 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Wallace. That's what he, or 17. Was he 17? Mike Wallace?
17.
Yeah.
Martavis was 11.
Fast as shit,
So
dude.
fast.
He just
Got
gets
the
open,
hands too.
you
He
know?
catches the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike
player.
Dree Archer.
Well, we're
Unlike
not.
Dree Archer, we could go for an hour about Dree Archer.
We're not going
Alone.
to do that. We won't paint anyone's ears with that sort of talk.
Madden Mobile Dree Archer though.
$99.
We played Madden Mobile. Yeah, pretty
All
good.
right.
Pretty good.
It's
I'll take Sam Laporta. Good
All
pick.
right.
Good value pick this year.
Herschel.
honorable.
If
you're
honorable mention for me, I'll agree. Jamison Williams. What do you think? Honorable mention.
Depending on
Fantasy
health,
mid sleeper.
depending on health status, Chris Godwin's still a top dog. I don't know
Yeah.
if he's gonna play.
Aaron.
We'll Godwin.
I'll go with Amari on Hampton. I think that's gonna be.
It
Oh,
depends
no,
how the
maybe.
Najee room shakes out, I guess. Yeah.
I think that
I was thinking wide receivers this whole time.
yeah.
What is up for discussion now? Like Jalen Warren, maybe.
Who knows what the split is going to be with Warren and Johnson?
Holy shit!
Was that the white boy?
Dante
Don.
DiVincenzo, bam!
Woody Harrelson type dog. Holy
Oh,
shit.
Pat Spencer! Alert!
Pat Spencer.
alert!
White boy
Come
summer.
on.
White boy summer.
Shout out Loyola Lacrosse.
This is playoff ball, man.
Shut up, Curry Lacrosse.
Shout out Curry Lacrosse. Okay, if you're in the poop league, everything we just said was obviously a lie and a facade. I don't want any of those guys. Don't take them.
Any poop leaguers involved?
If you're a
probably
poop
shouldn't
leaguer
listen to
watching this is
especially
all
you, Mike.
fallacy. If your name is
Get
Mike
up, Nas
Freddie
Reed.
and you're watching this, down.
He's probably
if your
got
name's
his own
Nas Reed
draft.
and you're watching this,
Wait
click
a minute.
off.
Here it is.
Christ.
That's
I'm
Buddy
Buddy's
Hield in front of me.
That was some.
Bones Highland is a Timberwolf?
I said to the group chat months ago, look out, Cade, we're going to turn this boy into an all-star.
Bro,
Now, he's only gotten one
No
minute
minutes.
of PT.
Yeah, he's not played at all.
We
Sorry
have
for the
like
distraction here, folks. We've got this.
Pat
Pat
Spencer.
Spencer, corner.
Oh, I
he
wanted
got
it so
robbed.
bad. I wanted it so
He
bad.
got robbed.
It's time.
Steelers running backs. Let's
No,
start there.
just the Steelers. It's time we get into the faded topic of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think it's only right that Aaron Skiles lead us off in his personal
Whatever.
opinion of the Steelers' offseason moves so far this year.
You want the status of the Steelers? I
No,
think
no,
right
no,
now?
I don't want no status. I
Uh,
want your personal opinion of our offseason moves this year so far.
All right. So, I mean, first of all, you got to think that getting rid of the two quarterbacks that we had, I think, is a little iffy. I mean, Russ didn't look great by the end of the season, so I understand him. I am genuinely upset by letting Justin Fields go. I think that
It
the
could have been
times,
something.
yeah,
Could have been
exactly.
something.
The times that he played, he looked really good. Like
The
the
box
times that we
stats don't
gave him,
wow you, but as like a game manager and someone who doesn't turn the ball over, it looked fine, and we won games. We had a hot start to the
4-2.
season. Yeah, okay, that's hot enough.
the two games that we lost, one of my favorite games that I've seen Justin Fields play was in the Colts game that we lost. I think he threw for a ton of yards, and I think a lot of stupid turnovers, and maybe it's the reason they decided to go with Russell Wilson was, he made some mistakes in the back end of the game whenever we needed him to be clutch. But I think that
Sorry,
I-
Pat Spencer's bringing the ball up. Okay, back to you.
Pat Spencer.
Back to you.
I think that getting rid of him was a mistake, especially for the contract he's signed for $40 million. I think that we still have $40 million. I think that we should have re-signed him. DK Metcalf was the move right after we got rid of both of our.
That's our splash move.
That was our
Yeah.
biggest splash move for sure. Maybe not. Getting rid of. I like the signing. I love DK Metcalf. I think he's a solid wide receiver one. I think that he's proven himself in the league that he can be a dependable target. And signing him for,
Of course.
I believe, 4 years, 5
Five.
years. That's a good move.
5 years, 150
That's a good
million.
move. You have a guy that can. You know who's going to be consistent. Good player.
And it's just cool. Like, I remember my Steelers franchises on Madden. I'm like getting DK Metcalf to the Steelers. Like,
Really,
I've always
but-
liked him.
He's always been one of my favorite players. I think that's a good move.
Man,
Now-
there's a lot to unpack.
To get to George Pickens, I Don't-
love it.
I don't love it. I think that the whole reason you bring a guy like DK in is to see what he can do with a guy like George Pickens, where obviously this kid's got all the talent in the world. But I think in the back of the Steelers organization's mind, they knew they were never going to be able to bring in a top level quarterback. So they're like, this guy's got a year on his contract anyways. We don't want to bring him in. We know he's going to be a problem because he's not getting the targets he wants. Why would we re-sign him? It would be cool to see those two motherfuckers play on the field,
Yeah.
but we're not gonna have that quarterback for the next year, maybe 2 years that could properly distribute the ball yet.
I mean, there's no timeline. Like, we don't know how the draft's going to work next year. We don't know what we have right now. The Steelers are just a complete gray area.
Exactly.
Like, we have
Exactly.
no direction.
And there was no quarterback available really either. I mean, who are you gonna go get? Sam Darnold?
Like,
Maybe.
It's tough to even
Maybe.
rationalize this Pickens trade because he's like one of the best like raw talents I've seen play football in my lifetime. I loved having him on our team. Yeah, like
The trade. I hate the trade. I hate the trade. That
so only
either way-
time will tell.
But I think that they had this already in the back of their mind. They're like, yeah, we can get both of these guys at receiver, but we're never going to have the quarterback in place to actually see the full set. So would it be more frustrating as a Steeler fan to see us have these? Well, we have all these weapons, but we just can't get the rock out, or is it going to just be, let's just try to
Every
run the
excuse. Is
shit
that
out of the
better?
ball and maybe win a couple games because our defense is stout.
Our problem has
'cause-
been scheme on offense for over the past couple years. I mean, we've tried to get cute,
I mean, we had
do a little
nobody at
college
quarterback.
stuff.
We've had nobody at quarterback.
I
You've
don't
had no
wanna
one that
shoulder
could
it,
properly
like, all
distribute
on
the ball.
quarterback. Like,
Kenny sucked.
yes, he did. But there are
So
teams.
Mitch Trubisky sucks.
There were teams
Mason
that did
Rudolph
more with less.
sucked.
Can throw a deep ball, but he's not consistently good.
No.
I think there were teams that did more with less. Like, I look at the Panthers, I'm like, who do they have? Adam Thielen and Bryce Young, if he's
Leggett.
playing okay.
They have
Like, personnel-wise, they had Hubbard, and we had Najee Harris. You could say those two are comparable. Like, they're both guys that should be able to get you a first down with 3 runs. But maybe softer division where they're playing
young
easier
O-line for the
opponents.
Steelers. We'll maybe go into that. Off-season
A
moves.
lot of the problem stems from there.
Off-season moves. I think that you probably could have gotten more value out of George Pickens, but my belief is that they already had it in the back of their minds that you can't. You're getting rid of this guy anyways. He's going to be a trouble in the locker room this year.
Yeah, which I don't totally agree with. I don't
Neither
think he
do
was
I.
ragging on his teammates. I think the
I
media
think
took.
that-
I
the
think he's
story
ragging
and
on the organization
Yeah.
for not having a proper plan in place
I
after
don't
Ben
think- I don't think
Roethlisberger.
there was any beef with him in the locker room with the teammates. Like,
I don't think he's
I know at
anywhere
least Fryer
close to an
was like the
Antonio
only one who
Brown.
talked outside of the locker room. Like, loved him, dude. Like they like.
How could you
I
not
don't
like
know.
him?
I don't
That's
know,
why
but if
this
you-
hurts the most for me.
If
I
you
feel
watch
like-
the games, if you throw your helmet on the sideline, or if you do shit like that, obviously you're mad because your team's losing and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's also like, give
Go
me
up.
the ball, give me the fucking ball, give me the ball, which is fair. I think he should.
You're right. He
Get that-
sort of isolated himself a little there and put himself in a spot where he's like, if I'm not performing, the team's not performing. And that's obviously not good for culture. But I don't think it was that black and white.
Sure.
He is
That-
emotional, yes, but was it hurting the team morale? I don't really think so. Maybe it was. I'm not in the Steeler locker
I don't
room.
think it is. I don't think it was hurting morale as
I don't
much
think it
as
was
it
a
is.
fit thing. I think it was just a combination of a bunch of small things.
Right.
And maybe he had some struggles with Mike Tomlin. I don't know.
Maybe.
Get him out of
The
there
report
because
was
there's
Tomlin
uncertainty.
was the one who initiated the trade talks.
And that kind of hurts me because Tomlin's been known for developing wide receiver talent.
That's honestly his only positive over the last decade.
is just turning wide receivers. Well, that was Big Ben.
Yeah,
Let's be
that's
honest.
Big Ben.
Big Ben made Sammy
and that's how
Coates
we have to look at everything almost now that we've accomplished.
Mike
has
Tomlin
been Big Ben.
is
Mike
known
Tomlin
for covering
has
up.
proven himself
to be.
incompetent in almost every regard, other than motivating the guys. But that's not enough at the end of the year, and it hasn't been for a decade.
For years now, I've always gone to bat for Mike Tomlin. I'm not going to say he's a bad coach.
Me too. Before
Like I
this season,
like
just-
Mike Tomlin, but maybe it is time to wise up.
I think it's absolutely time to get rid of him.
My belief is this with Mike Tomlin. So the
Guys
year,
like to play for Mike Tomlin.
That's the
That's
only
what you were
thing.
just
Like,
saying.
but that doesn't
Yeah.
have to do with literally the game of football.
when
It
our,
doesn't have
when our
anything to do
defense
with
was
it.
absolute.
And we've been running on straight like motivation. Like that's what Mike Tomlin is a
Right.
motivational speaker. He's not a coach. He's
Whenever-
a motivational speaker. And motivation only gets you so far. You
Yeah.
need a
Him
game plan.
hiring-
You need
him
skill.
hiring
You need
from
to
his own
be
coaching tree.
in a modern offense and a modern defense, which we don't have. Neither of them. And
No,
it
we're playing
fucks us at
college
the end of the year.
ball.
Not even college ball. We're playing 2007 ball, bro, and everyone knows it. It's public knowledge.
I think it's more of this. It's like whenever we had AB, Bell, all those guys, our defense was absolute poop cock. Like we had no
Those guys.
Ross Cockrell,
At corner,
Mike Mitchell, like
Oh, Mike Mitchell.
heavy hitter. But we
Terrible.
did not have a good core of defense. We didn't have good bones at defense.
We're
We
looking
didn't
at Artie Burns back there, for Christ's sake.
that was bad.
But we still got to the fucking AFC or the.
But we're
whatever.
playing it the opposite way now, and it's not getting us anywhere.
I think what. I do think that Tomlin's maybe trying to do too much with like drafting young players on offense and
What the fuck is Roman Wilson up to? That guy?
Dude, he's illiterate. Genuinely
Yeah.
can't read from what I hear.
I mean you get guys like Pat Fryermuth and Najee Harris. Najee Harris would be the best running back if he played for the Chiefs starting his career. You know,
Oh, I agree.
Pat
That would be-
Fryermuth would be nasty if he played for the Ravens, right? He'd be Mark Andrews.
Something
100%.
that just occurred to
It's quarterback.
We have
The
not
problem
had one.
is Kevin Colbert transitioning out and giving us transitioning
Nothing
out.
from Ben. Literally
nothing from Ben.
No
me.
options.
How are you supposed to
Zero
not?
options.
You have Ben Roethlisberger to not having Ben Roethlisberger.
But he was
How
like-
do you expect that team to play well?
When he's 38, 37, 39, how do you not prepare at all for the next thing?
It's a great question.
We could have had Jalen Hurts and we took Claypool.
I think like the Steelers front office
Right.
and the fans
Claypool.
were just smug.
Now
we're
all
like,
our
But
kids
Minka,
look
but Minka
like-
was good
Yes.
for those 2 years.
I know.
But now I'm not a big fan of Minka because I feel like we're paying him $27 million a year to cover the top.
to be a
He's coming
literal
to the
like
top.
safety net for
you
nothing.
don't even see him
and
on
teams
screen.
don't go over the top on whatever side he's playing anymore because they know that's all
Most
he's
teams
gonna do.
don't go over the top of this at all because you need receivers to get
Yeah,
downfield
they'll
to
just
be
go,
with the
they go
nastiest
15
D line.
yards every time, and they
You know?
get it easily. Or they get an 8-yard run because we rush only 4 players every play.
We suck at covering the intermediate middle
Exactly.
area of the
Exactly.
field.
Well, we only rush 4 every play.
Our
Every
linebackers
single
are good.
play.
Do you guys want to go into like the trenches? Talk about the trenches a little
I
bit.
mean, we got there.
The
I think the
trenches
trenches doesn't need
rework.
to be talked about, other than the fact we have an insane depth in the trenches right now, and if we don't have a top defensive line in the league, then it's a disappointment.
Peyton Wilson,
Derek
Bryce
Harmon,
Wilson,
The
Ogunjobi,
pick.
Cam Hayward.
Ogunjobi's gone.
No, not Ogunjobi. Benton, Keanu Benton, Highsmith,
Deshaun
Herman,
Elliott was my
Sawyer,
guy
Watts.
this year,
If we
too.
don't have one of the best defensive lines in the league, it's a failure. It's an absolute failure because you've prioritized defensive line and rushing the passer over scoring points, and you've done it for a while now.
But my thing is this: is our offense is pretty close. Our offense is pretty close.
Our line might be there.
We're a quarterback
Our
away.
line, no.
So whenever I say
We're
talking
a
about trenches,
quarterback and once again a wide receiver way, but we put ourselves in that position when we gave up George Pickens. We are a wide receiver 2. I would arguably say a wide receiver 3 as well. I have zero faith in Calvin Austin even at all when he's on the field. He sucks. He stinks. He's not good. He's just simply not good at running routes, at catching the ball, which is what a wide receiver has to do. He's fast. He can return the punts. Okay, cool. So can like 100 other guys who can't catch or run routes, just like you, Calvin. You wouldn't start on any other team other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. We don't have anyone else. We are terrible. The fact that Omar Khan went on the mic after we traded George Pickens and said, hey guys, we have a very good faith in our room that we have now. Bullshit. Bullshit. Like, You guys spent about 5 months trying to trade for Brandon Ayuk with almost an identical receiver room last summer. Identical. You could argue, yes, DK Metcalf has accomplished way more than George Pickens. Okay, he's also 4 years older, which means 4 years less of you're gonna have him cheaper, younger, and less injury prone. It's the same room. It's the exact same receiver room, and you have to sign someone or trade for someone. Even if this is a throwaway year, a tank year, the Steelers,
That's
the
just not what we do.
Steeler way
We
will
don't
never
do
admit
throwaway
they
years.
will.
Throwaway year.
If we don't get Rodgers,
gonna
which
try
I
some.
pray and pray we don't, I hope that man falls in a well. We need a wide receiver too, regardless whether he's going to be on the team 1 year or 5 years. You can't go into a season with just such mediocre, mundane shit weapons and expect people to come and fill up the stands.
Here's what I'll say. With that wide receiver room we
I
have,
agree.
that is Cooks, Skoranek, Calvin Austin,
Cooks? No, we don't have no Cooks. We got Robert Woods.
Robert Woods. So Robert Woods, Skoranek, Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson. Maybe somebody. No, I'm thinking the wire
Oh,
two spot.
there's no one. We don't have one.
No.
We
None of them
genuinely
sound
do not
Pat
have one.
promising.
Fryermuth is wire too.
Honestly,
But maybe
Skoranek
someone's
is the
WRW.
best. Skoranek is the most proven and best of the people that you listed, which is sad.
I saw like
It's
4
sad.
or 5 snaps where Skoranek went in and caught like 2 passes for like 40 yards.
Good
in a
player,
game.
and then they never played him again.
Don't utilize him.
Don't
Same
use
with
him at
Mike
all.
Williams. You're like, oh, you can go on a streak one time and catch a game winner.
Mike
Right.
Williams, I'm sorry that you had to even come to this organization.
We
I
wanted
really
to
am.
use you, but apparently our coaching staff did.
Every time you
The
got
fans
targeted,
wanted
you caught
I
the
liked
ball.
it. I liked
I
Mike
am
Williams.
sorry that you didn't stay.
I did.
Big contested catch guy.
But I'm gonna go back.
Absolutely
I'm gonna go
better
back
than Calvin
to
Austin.
my initial point of, you know,
My initial point of
we
Yaya
have-
Black.
I can't wait for Bob Pompiani
Yeah,
to say
Black.
a big sack by Yaya Black. I can't wait for that.
That's gonna be generous.
Electric as fuck.
I
Dude,
hope
Yaya's
That's
pizza.
a big motherfucker too, dude.
I hope
Yaya
he's-
Black.
I
good
hope
player.
he is the next Casey Hampton, man. He's giant.
He can plug a hole.
Better than fucking Loudermilk.
Better
dude.
than,
Better than goddamn Alu. That dude sucked.
Tyson Alualu? Yeah, I didn't really hear about him much
Steelers left
after the
they're like,
draft.
oh yeah, iron defense, and here's
Okay,
a
okay.
32-year-old
Okay, so you
vet we're
brought up
paying
the
no
point-
money that he's gonna play more than our starter.
You brought up the point of we need to sign out a wide receiver right now.
We
While
need
we
a
have,
corner too.
I would rather sign a corner.
Yeah, we need a corner.
I would rather get some good secondary right now because we have so many fucking picks next year.
Beanie Bishop.
We have so many picks next year.
We have so much money.
Let's
to use.
let's
Don't give
We're
any of
waiting
it to Aaron
for the
Rodgers.
pearly
He's a fucking
gates to
I
nut.
open.
agree with that.
Give $0 to Aaron Rodgers. $0.
None of it. Zero.
Sign Jack Jones. Sign fucking
But-
Asante Samuel Jr. Trade for Jair Alexander. I don't care. We need a
Get
corner.
J.C. Horn. Fuck it.
I mean,
Find
he's
somebody.
on the
Ooh,
roster,
I like
but
JC.
do you really think the Panthers would trade with us again after
Fuck no.
how awful Deontay was?
The
No
Panthers
chance.
think they're close, like the same way we think we're close.
When Adam
Neither
Thielen
of us
decides
are.
he wants
We're
to
not
get it
close.
done, he gets it done. That's one thing about the Panthers.
We signed Adam Thielen. His name is Robert Woods.
Adam
No,
Thielen is
get
leaps
the
and
fuck outta
bounds
here.
better. I will go to
Thielen is
bat for
so
Adam
At this
much
age,
Thielen
better.
every
Thielen's
time.
37, bro. Thielen
Adam
is
Thielen is
37.
Adam
years
Thielen
old.
can
Adam
still
Thielen is
ball
the man.
and play. He's good. That's all I say.
Adam Thielen is the man.
Good player, dude.
I-
Good player.
Will
You can
I-
still send him on a fucking streak.
Okay,
if you
okay,
want.
back to the trenches. Let's talk O-line. So we got Broderick, and then next to him is James Daniels. No, James Daniels, right? Do we still have James Daniels? Do we still have JD?
Thinking. Well, I
James
just
Daniels
thank
is
Christ that Kevin Dotson's
So it's
gone.
James, we let Dan Moore and James Daniels walk in free agency, which
McCormick is good.
McCormick is going to start at either left, probably in my estimation, right
because-
guard because
because
Ciamalo will
is
play left guard.
Trenching.
Center is going to be Zach Frazier.
Beast.
Right tackle is going to be Faltano, our first round pick from last season.
I think
First round pick
Broderick
from 2
might
years
go
ago,
back
Broderick
to-
Jones, left tackle.
Yeah,
he has no
yeah, you're right,
choice.
you're
He
right.
has to play left tackle. If we don't play Broderick Jones at left tackle, we are genuinely autistic.
Broderick
Genuinely.
So
the
my
fact
thing-
he didn't start his career at left tackle has made us as fans extremely upset for
Pissed
a long
off.
time because Dan
Not
Moore
even like
sucks. He's not good at
One of
his
the worst.
position. Dan Moore got paid $21.5 million per year
To
by
be
the,
bad.
by the
He got
Titans.
paid.
He
To be
got
bad.
$80 million
He got
by the
fucking
Titans
paid.
to make Cam Ward's life miserable.
You're gonna find
Cam
that out
Ward.
Oh, you
soon,
got fucking
Tennessee.
I know you're
He ain't
watching
very
Cam
fun.
Ward because I know you watch the show. You're fucked. It's over. Dan Moore stinks.
Or at
Your
least
weak
wait
side
till
is
next
over.
year.
He's in trouble. Like, the Titans are not going to be a good team.
Here's conspiracy Steeler O-line talk here.
The fact that they
Roderick
give him
Jones
that
is
much
going to
money,
stay
though,
on the right side.
The only reason I'm okay, hold on. There's like one more sentence to this speech. Thank you for giving him that much more money. Because of that, we are going to get a free third round compensatory pick next season. So thank you.
True.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Okay, O-line conspiracy theory. Roderick Jones is going to stay on the right side
Oh, no! That's just not the
because
way, man.
for the last 3 years now, he's been playing on the right side.
No, but he sucks
short-
at it. He's
but
not good
Doesn't
at
help
it.
him too much.
Yeah, but he's been doing it for 3 years.
But he's very not good at it.
in college, Faltanu played on the left side. He played
I
left
don't
tackle.
care what Faltanu played, bro. Like, Roderick Jones has proven that he is really not that great at right tackle. His last chance at redemption and not being a backup is being left tackle. Do you really not think that?
But he's got more experience in the NFL at right tackle.
It doesn't
than
matter.
Troy
He
Fautanu.
sucks at it. He's not good at it. He gives up sacks. He gets holds. Like,
Draymond.
the excuse we keep making for Broderick Jones is the fact
Penalties,
that
that's what he does, it's
No,
penalties.
the excuse we keep making is he should be on the left
I
side.
can't
Roderick
even
Jones
talk
is
about the
penalty.
fucking trenches anymore.
What do you want to say about the?
About the trenches?
If I'm-
Talk some trench, dude.
If I'm an
telling you some
offensive
trench.
All right,
coach
from
for
what
the
I can
Steelers-
tell from the trench,
If I'm an offensive coach for the Steelers,
Please.
I don't think that you have a choice of putting Broderick back on the left side or not. You have to. Because if you don't, it's a waste of a first round pick and you have to admit that he's not a starter. Because he sucks at right tackle. He's not good at it. He's
Trenches
not
overall.
good at it.
trenches overall.
Talk trench.
From what I've seen,
Dude, shit, move
Up
him to
until
guard.
right of-
Miles McCormick, or what, Miles?
Mason McCoy.
Mason McCormick. Mason McCormick played, and Faltanu even, played every position on the line. Move fucking Broderick to guard. Shit.
Yeah, but-
Move one of them out to tackle.
Thank you.
Like, Broderick can't play right tackle. He is not a starting right tackle. He's not good at it. He can't do it. He can't move the way he does on the left side. Even he played like 5 games in his whole career over the last 2 seasons on the left side. He has great passing grades and great games when he plays on the left.
passing.
You
grade.
have to give him a chance.
That's what I was about to get at.
Yeah, like
I
PFF,
think-
like rushing shit.
No, I got you. What I've seen since the departure of Big Ben and even Big Ben's last season is as a unit, our offensive line is pretty good at pass blocking, so we can protect the quarterback. Maybe it didn't show so much this year, but I think our real weakness
I mean, of course,
lies
Russ
in
scrambled into nothing. He would roll when he didn't need to roll, and he would like literally walk into a pass rusher when the pocket
Also,
was
Kenny
wide
Pickett
open.
Well, this was
playbook.
hard.
Kenny Pickett does that every single
think we
time.
need
Kenny
to
Pickett
improve on
does
his
not
run block.
Kenny
We
Pickett
don't
will roll out of the
get
pocket
any
when the
distance
pocket is
downfield.
completely
We don't have
clean.
any shove.
Hey,
Hey,
Who's the crazy person that's getting Cade started talking about quarterbacks?
we're talking trenches right now. We're talking.
Actually, we're on
talking
offensive line.
offensive line.
I'm just playing. Just keep it down.
what's wrong with
For
Lenore
sure.
Sellers in
It's
a
getting
Steelers
fiery.
uniform, Dad?
Who?
What's wrong with Lenore Sellers in a Steelers
Oh, he'd
uniform?
be fucking awesome.
I love it. I hope we
That's
get
right.
Lenore
He's like,
Sellers.
he's like Steve McNair. He's huge, thick.
Dante Culpepper.
Hopefully he doesn't have a woman shoot him in the head.
That happened to Steve
Hey,
McNair.
wait. Other side of the trenches. Let's talk a little bit.
D-line.
T.J. Watt.
We have
Derek
such
Carvin
a
better be a
linebacker
god.
room right now.
Our linebacker group might be the best in the NFL.
If utilized
I
correctly,
really
yes.
like our linebacker room. Patrick Queen, Peyton Wilson,
Healthy Holcomb again.
Healthy Holcomb,
Carson Bruner
Carson
from
Bruner
UCLA.
seems legit.
All over the field.
Nick
Menace.
Herbig getting some work done too.
Nick
while
Herbig.
they're big.
Backup. Jack Sawyer.
Jack Sawyer played
Backup.
some middle linebacker in
Also,
in college.
Menace.
for Ohio
Just an
State.
absolute menace.
We got
Like,
linebackers
was graded
for
in the
days.
second round.
No, our linebackers are really good this year.
This is the best inside and outside linebacker
Our
room
D-
combined we've had
Our
maybe
line
ever.
is deep. as
Maybe since
fuck, too.
like the Jack Ham Lambert days. This is the best linebacker.
We're gonna be
we've had
wicked
since then.
because like when guys get
Since, like,
tired,
Woodley,
you throw
Harrison-
your Nick Herbig in there.
Yeah, that's
Woodley,
what I'm
Harrison,
thinking about.
Foot, and
Who played with Porter?
Porter.
Porter's kinda
Woodley,
bad.
Harrison, Foot, and Porter.
Larry
Since then,
Foot better than all those guys.
since we
combined.
had those guys,
Larry
You're
Foot.
goddamn right.
Larry
Foot.
Harrison,
Larry
Foot,
Hey, can we take a drink
Harrison,
for Larry Foot?
Porter,
Larry
Farrier,
For Larry Foot.
James Farrier, you too, man.
and Farrier.
Farrier, you're out there. Harrison, I see you.
These kids these days don't know how to play the fucking
Greg Lloyd, I
linebacker
see
you.
position like you guys do. That's football. James Harrison, of course, until he's sold out.
Can we
to
give
the
Willie
Patriots.
Gay some respect?
He's a
Great
quality
player on a bad defense.
And
Great
one,
player
one
on a
more
really
drink
bad
for
defense.
Ryan Shazier.
Yep.
One more drink for Ryan Shazier.
Our stars that
Dog.
go out too soon. Yeah, Ryan Shazier.
Is that a Tomlin problem? Did they play too hard? I'm just kidding.
Well, no. One time I saw Ryan Shazier paralyze Giovanni Bernard.
I don't know what we're doing in the DB room. To be
Punched the
honest.
ball out in the
He
playoffs.
clapped him out, and Giovanni.
Corner room. I don't know the plan. I don't understand
We're
the plan.
fucked.
We're fucked.
Okay, so we
Corner
got
room, it's Beanie Bishop.
JPJ, Darius Slay,
Which
Beanie
is
Bishop.
So sick. Darius Slay.
Makes me want to throw
Brandon
up in my mouth.
Eichels
Eccles.
sucks.
Eccles.
Bad.
Don't think we'll be
Not
seeing
very
him.
good.
I don't
Not
think we'll
a
be
starter.
seeing him
I
next
don't
year.
Just
like
not
Eccles.
a starter.
How do
Like
you know?
no hate, not a starter.
I'm sure you're a great football player.
Yeah,
Eccles,
dude, I'm
but,
sure you're a good guy. You can't start on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry.
Our defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
No, our
It's not good,
our
but it's pretty
line our linebackers in are nasty, and our safeties are nasty. Our
The
cornerback
fact that
room
we
is
got
literally the
Thornhill
only
is
shaky
very
part.
good. I like
I
Thornhill
like
as a
our
third
safeties.
safety.
Dude, I love
Thornhill
our
as a
safeties.
third safety is very nice.
Deshaun Elliott
So
went off
fucking
this
good.
year, man.
Deshaun
That guy's
Elliott
wicked
might be
good.
our most consistent defensive player.
I think he
He
almost.
might be our most consistent player
I may
overall.
be
Minka
talking out of my ass,
Fitzpatrick
but I
is
think
good.
he was like top 5 in tackles this year. At least tackle percentage.
Deshaun Elliott?
Yeah,
All
Yeah, it
Steeler
was some
fans
sort of
know that
stat.
you are the GOAT.
Yeah, we love you, man.
stick around.
You are
Stick
literally
around.
our
Please
best
stay.
player. He might be our best player. Last season, he could very well have been our best player overall.
If you just want a guy to fucking crowd the box on a run play, he's shooting right in
Dude,
there.
he's
and shutting it
everywhere,
down.
all over the place.
Good play.
I'm sure he
Good
can
play,
cover the field
just
too.
very
Yeah,
good play.
Beast.
But like I said earlier, though, I love Minka Fitzpatrick, but the last like 2 years, it just seems like we're using him to
Less
just
and
take
less.
the top or to just cover the
He's
top
just
of the
playing
defense.
like a high zone that just.
There's a
he's
lot
not
of the
being
times-
used. He's just literally standing there.
Maybe
half
that's
the
the
plays,
lack
doing
of
nothing.
talent around him to where he has to do that now.
I know, but like, then
It's
what's
like
the
prevent
excuse
the
with
entire-
not signing
Because
or
our
trading for a corner
corners can't
or
cover
drafting one?
properly?
What's the
I don't
excuse
know.
with not getting a corner in any way? Because we haven't.
Front office ineptitude. We just
Get
we
a
don't
corner,
really do
dog.
it well.
We need a corner. Bad. Like, dude, like,
Started to
would have made
realize
sense
Joey
for
Porter
everyone
Jr.
if we
is-
traded Pickens to Green Bay for like Wicks and Alexander and like we give them a
Dontavian
fourth.
Wicks.
We give them a third or a fourth. Like I would have done that in a heartbeat. Give George to Green Bay for Jair Alexander some sort of way.
That's just not the plan of our brand of football this year. We have a good faith in our O line on offense.
But we're gonna get dusted by Jamar Chase. We're gonna get dusted by
But
AJ
Dontavian
Brown. We're
Wicks
gonna
can't
get
cover
dusted.
Jamar Chase.
Thing about the Steelers
You're
is
right,
they're
but-
always sipping the Kool-Aid.
Jair
They
could.
just buy
Jair
in
can
on
cover
the
Jamar
system.
Chase.
You can't trade George Pickens for Jair Alexander either.
No, but I'm saying you would have had to give picks or something, but that would have been more
But
worth
we
it
have a
than what
draft.
we did.
Yeah, but we're gonna get a quarterback next year.
Yeah, but we can't get a corner, a wide receiver, and a QB1. We can't get all three of those next
But we're
year.
gonna have some cap space for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna have
'Cause you
cap
have to
space,
re-sign
but like,
people. So we can go sign a cornerback, and then we can get a veteran to cornerback like Rod Woodson, like fucking
Rod Woodson.
you know, like
Rod
some
Woodson.
guys like that.
dude, this
like
year
Joe
was a
Hayden,
huge
like
year
guys
for
like that.
corners.
Like we always do a good.
this
thing.
year was a huge year for free
I
agent
know.
corners.
I think
The
we
fact we
fucked
got
that
nobody
up. I think
is
we
insane.
Fucked that up majorly. That's a good point.
Just talking about Darius Slay at this point.
Nate Hobbs, fucking Carlton Davis, bro.
Not
DJ Breed, dude, just some like
Think about the
dogs.
Carlton Davis like Twitter thing. He said like a slur on Twitter that I will
Which
not
slur?
utter. It's directed towards Vietnamese people,
Ah,
so it's one of two. Yeah, and
ask
then,
your parents;
Is it that
they
one?
know. He probably heard that because this is an expensive camera.
So, anyways, he doubled down and said that he didn't know it was a slur. I still like Carlton Davis.
He's a Patriot now.
That word could be up for
Patriots have loaded up. Patriots are loaded up, man.
I don't know why he said
They're
that. Under
trying.
what context, I'm not sure.
What was the context?
I don't know.
All right, let's get to the.
I want to see this. Hold on.
Let's get to the quarterback room.
Pull that
of
up,
the Pittsburgh
Jamie.
Steelers.
This.
Aaron, how do you feel about Mason Rudolph entering this
I
season?
know for the fact. Stop letting
Stop letting the
He did do it. The
stop letting
allegations are
blanks
true.
in Miami.
in Miami. Gotta stop letting blanks in Miami.
So I don't know what he was getting at. I don't really
Yeah.
think Miami has a. I mean, we can talk about it without saying it. A large Asian population in Miami. I don't think.
Maybe
so.
they do.
I'm not up to date with demographics of major cities.
Sure.
Anyways, the
Didn't
Steelers
it? We didn't
quarterback
say
room.
that.
The Steelers quarterback room. Aaron, give us a little 2-minute recap.
I love it because I want them.
I love it.
I want them to rock.
Are you on crack?
I love the room this year because I think that it's going to be a Mike Tomlin taking your medicine year.
Term we've been using a lot is frisky and fun. We don't really know.
We did not get Jameis Winston.
Probably just frisky, not really all that fun.
No fun. There's a lot of friskiness.
I want our defense to like kill the teams I hate,
Yeah.
and I want our offense to like struggle against teams that I don't really care if we win or lose. So I think that that's good, so that we can get a good draft pick, and I think that we're doing just that, where it could be like.
I've hit the point in the night where I think it's going to be a bad year.
It's undoubtedly going to be a
Christ,
bad
I
year.
hope it's.
The
a
only
fucking
question
bad year.
is,
We've never had a
we
bad year.
genuinely
Tomlin, take your
need
medicine
a
year.
bad year. We need a bad year, and it sucks
It's a
to
take your
say
medicine year.
because we've never had one. As long as we have been alive, we haven't had one. Not since the year that all of us were 1.5, 2 years old before we drafted Ben Roethlisberger.
It's always been a
11th overall.
good to trend into
11th.
Super Bowl
We drafted
champion.
Ben 11th overall.
That's what I'm saying.
We weren't even that bad. We were barely in the bottom half of the league,
Barely in the bad.
and we had no
We
quarterback.
drafted 11th this year.
The Ben
Not
blessing.
the Colts.
Falcons.
Not. It might have been. Colts, Bears, Cowboys. Maybe the
God
Falcons.
knows the picks.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Actually, Alexa, who had the 11th overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft?
It's like the most irrelevant question.
With the 11th pick in the 2025 NFL
Yeah.
Draft, the San Francisco 49ers selected Georgia defensive lineman Michael Williams.
Trade up.
Beast, good pick.
Alexa, who did the 49ers trade up with for the 11th pick in the draft this
I
season?
traded like 2 picks. I just picked the
From
hell
NinersNation.com,
Start
the
making this
Niners traded
entertaining.
up with the Philadelphia
You gotta do
Eagles.
fuck, marry, kills.
Okay, fuck, Mary, kill. Chuck Noll, Mike.
Oh, with the Pittsburgh
Phil
coaches?
Tower.
Let's pretend that I'm gay.
Yeah, right.
Pretend.
Put yourself in that mindset.
All right, so that was the Steelers QB.
Fuck, Mary, kill. Mike Tomlin, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher.
So we're gonna be killing Mike Tomlin, Kyle.
Whoa, racist.
No, bad.
After what Mike Tomlin's put me through, I would
What
kill
has
him.
Mike Tomlin
I'm not-
done?
I would kill
What
him.
has Mike
I'm
Tomlin
gonna
done?
fuck him as much as he's
What has Mike
fucked me.
Tomlin done? Built a team to lose to Aaron Rodgers in the Super Bowl?
Wait, I might fuck Mike
That's all.
Tomlin.
That's all.
Me and Chuck Noll were getting married. He didn't do a whole
Did
lot.
Mike-
Chuck Noll, I get
Did
married.
Mike Tomlin?
That's a long-term
Did Mike
commitment.
Tomlin
You
toe
didn't know
tap
what,
in the
but I
end
like
zone? No. He didn't.
Nah, but I wouldn't like.
Kill him.
Nah, I wouldn't kill him, man.
I would fuck Chuck Noll.
You'd fuck him? I like Chuck
Because of
Noll.
the rings.
We're gonna be marrying Bill
For the
Cowher.
jewelry?
He seems like a cool
That's
guy.
actually based.
Gives good
That's
taste.
actually based. Fucking Noll for the rings. Killing Tomlin for the lack of production.
Come on, man. 4?
Then
It was
marry-
4?
Crazy.
4 Lombardis? You can't deny 4 Lombardis.
I've always
That's
thought this
good.
was kind of
That's-
crazy, but
The second
the
best of all
jewelry.
time, other than Bill.
Mike Tomlin's
who's the
ring.
what's it?
Mike Tomlin's ring. That's Bill Cowher's team.
Yeah. But
That's
also,
Bill Cowher's team.
But Bill
Absolutely.
Cowher
He
also,
drafted the
Bill
whole
Cowher
team. He
also-
coached those guys.
I know.
It's
Bill
not
Cowher-
Mike Tomlin's ring.
What about whenever Bill Cowher was coaching for all those years before he won one ring? They were
He didn't have a quarterback.
They were ass. They had
Never had a
Daryl
quarterback.
Stewart.
Ooh, never had a quarterback. Interesting point.
Mike had been for a decade and a half. What do you mean never, brother? What are you on?
When we lost to Green Bay, should have been our year. Whatever. Killer B year.
Should've been our
Jesse
year.
James caught that shit.
Fucking, oh, dude, no. Rashad Mendenhall through the year.
Oh, yeah.
Rashad Mendenhall
He threw the
fucking
Super
through
Bowl.
the Super Bowl.
And he wants to go on Twitter and talk about the black versus
Yeah, that
white
guy
bowl.
needs to
You
shut the
fucked
fuck
up in the biggest
That
game
guy
of your
needs to
entire
shut
career.
up.
Shut the
And just
fuck
never to like.
I'll take
Why are
Christian
you on
McCaffrey
social media?
all day.
Rashard,
All due respect to Rashard.
Rashard,
Mendenhall.
why are you even on social media, man?
You were fine. You were a great player.
You were
but
never terrible, but you just.
I don't think you're the type of guy to go and do race relations in football. Let's have like Patrick Mahomes. Well, he's
Like,
mixed. But
no. What?
not Patrick.
No, nobody who is a professional athlete or
Gives a fuck
actor
about
has
what race
a
you are.
fucking knowledge to talk about political shit. Anything. Nothing at all.
Hey, what's
Race
the-
or
what's the-
otherwise.
what's the-
You don't know. Half of you didn't graduate anything. You got recruited to college for sports and you didn't go to class. Don't tell me what to do with my politics.
Well,
Fuck
Jalen
you.
Brown is like a fucking
Jalen
rocket
Brown?
scientist.
Yeah, that's why he
Talking
can't
about
use his left
athletes.
Josh Jobs is also a rocket scientist on the topic of
He's a
rocket
joy
science.
scientist.
So I was thinking
He's
about
a
something.
joy scientist.
I was thinking about something, not to get political. Kill, fuck, marry, Sydney Sweeney, Megan Fox, and that chick from what's that movie? The movie with Ryan Gosling in it, with his like AI girlfriend.
Ana de Armas?
Ana de
Ana
Armas.
de Armas. Yeah.
I would marry Ana de Armas, no question about it. I would fuck the shit out of Sydney Sweeney, and I would kill Megan Fox because she sucked.
Hold on.
No.
Calm down,
We're
calm
talking
down.
about current
I didn't
Megan
wanna get
Fox.
political.
We're talking about Megan Fox
I'm thinking
today.
about
I'm thinking
Transformers
prime of
Megan
each.
Fox.
Prime of each.
Transformers Megan Fox.
So she's
of
not
each.
sucking the blood of MGK right now. You're telling me.
Correct.
Because that's what she's doing right now.
Right.
So she isn't doing that, is what you're telling me.
I don't really
Correct.
like Machine Gun Kelly. He's kind of
Correct?
A loser.
Correct.
Okay, then we're marrying prime Megan Fox.
That's right.
Transformers 2 Megan Fox?
2 or 1, whichever.
2. It's 2. We own
Who was that first woman you
I'm
said?
not trying to get political here.
Her in Egypt in the pyramids, bro.
I'm marrying Ana de Armas.
There was
and it's
something
no
much
debate.
pointier than the goddamn Giza.
Little perk action going on there. Little perkiness.
Yeah, but
Perking.
tits never die.
We're gonna be
Well, if they're plastic.
killing
I'm killing Sydney Sweeney.
Sweeney. Yeah, we have to.
No.
Ana de Armas is
No.
just.
Man. Sydney Sweeney is part of
Just-
this.
have you heard Ana de Armas speak, bro?
Yeah.
Like any word that comes out of her mouth is ejaculate.
Here's
Like that's just you can't resist. That's just that's a once in a generation woman.
I'll tell you why it's the right
Sydney
answer.
Sweeney is just a great pair of tits. To be
No,
honest.
no.
No.
Sydney Sweeney is part of
Not
this
a good
new guard.
actress.
She's part of
Not
this
a good
new guard
actress.
of women. She's not a celebrity that I grew up thinking about. I'm marrying Ana de Armas. I'm fucking Megan Fox. And I'm killing Sydney Sweeney. So do you? Because nobody drinks F tier beer except me.
Oh, I don't mind it.
I mean, you're a beer aficionado. I feel like you drink it all.
I drink it all.
You drink it all.
Okay, we're starting the list off with some very heavy hitters.
Hey,
All
guys,
right,
well-
we're
hey,
doing
guys.
a beer tier list here.
Welcome back to the Gin Tuesday podcast. Today we're going to be starting with finishing with a beer tier list.
This is all beers you'd commonly find in North America, specifically Pennsylvania beer distributors. Pretty much anything accessible. We've tried our best to compile a list of everything that we've had or personally encountered in our time growing up through 20 to
Just
23
stuff
years
you
of
can
age.
kind of find everywhere.
Yeah. So, starting off the list, I actually have my favorite beer, so I'd be really interested to see where you guys put this. Miller High Life.
Where would you put it? This is your beer.
I go A for Miller High Life for sure. I mean, honestly,
So-
it's my favorite golf beer for sure.
I said
because
it's my favorite beer, and I could put it in A because
Yeah.
it's not. I
Miller
drink
High
it
Life
a ton.
is extremely cheap, and that is a huge factor, honestly, in the A tier position.
It's a
But
cheap, good tasting beer.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's a cheap, good tasting beer. It does foam up a lot. It'll give you a ton of foam sometimes, honestly. But
Not
if
a
you're
shot.
looking for a
I don't
cheap
need a
beer that
description.
doesn't like, I don't know, doesn't taste like ass, go for Miller High Life, man.
Very tasty beer.
It's a
I think
B.
it's a solid A tier.
What do you give it, Aaron?
B.
Okay.
Next
I mean,
pick.
I'm going A.
So
Kyle.
we're
It's A.
consensus.
Consensus
A.
A. Yep. All right.
So Guinness.
A.
S.
It's ano-
I'd go S for Guinness, and I honestly
What
have
would you
never
say,
even
Cal?
in my life had an S Guinness. But I
Okay.
think just because of the potential that Guinness has, I think it's an S because a lot of people say a good Guinness is the best beer they've ever
I'll
tasted.
give you why Guinness is S, and it's a very because most of these beers you're thinking about seshing them and having a bunch.
Yeah.
If I could have one beer on death row, I might pick a Guinness.
Yeah.
Like it's more of an experience, and you can have one Guinness and have the effect, like on your, you know,
Just
you
self.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hammeredness.
I actually think it's an S tier beer. Like,
Yeah.
you
Put it
should
in S.
go get a pint. Yeah. Coors Light.
B.
I'd say B.
I could. Okay, we're consensus on Coors Light B.
Very cheap, very doable
Very
beer.
accessible.
I can drink
Honestly, I mean,
40.
I'm from Golden, Colorado, where it's made, so I can rep Coors Light every day. But it's just you get tired of it after a while, for sure. But
I have
it-
probably drank
it's a
more
great beer.
Coors
Yeah,
Light
I
than
agree.
any other beer.
I agree for
At
sure.
college,
100%.
it's a
100%.
Coors Light pitcher on Tuesdays.
Coors Light.
I have drank so much
It's a
Coors Light.
good
Coors Light
beer.
Miller Lite is like
It's the definition of a good beer. It's not great. It's not awesome. It's a good beer.
It gets the job done every time.
I'll take a Coors Light over some of the other beers around here. What's
I agree.
next?
Segueing over to Coors Banquet. Now this is a little fun beer.
It's a hot take beer.
I would go A. I think it's slightly better than the Coors Light just because it has
The
a
tier
little
list
less of
has
that
been
metallic.
front-loaded pretty
It has a
heavy.
little
There's
less
really
of that
good beers
metallic
coming out
twang
early.
taste. You know what I mean?
Oh, and the
It
Coors
feels
Light
like
in the
it's just-
little glass bottles,
Yeah,
the old man bottles.
I would put it at B, just because.
Do you
it-
want to put it above Coors Light though?
No,
Would you would put it below?
I would put it above
Would you
Coors
go
Light
B or A
actually.
for Coors Banquet, Kyle?
That's so tough.
I would say B just because I think one's for the winter, one's for the summer.
I think it's
in
a
the
B
wintertime,
beer.
I want to drink a Coors Banquet.
I
In the
really
summertime,
like
I want
it.
to drink a Coors Light.
That's fair.
Okay, then I'm gonna put it top of B,
Fair
above
enough.
Coors Light.
Fair enough.
Yingling. This is one I'm personally a huge fan of, and I'm gonna just say S. I'm interested to hear what you guys say.
I also say S.
It's-
Yingling is personally my favorite beer.
It's one of dude, when you
I
go
love
to a
the
bar,
amber
you
taste.
ask for.
It's a local PA beer. Honestly, not that local to Pittsburgh, but it's a PA beer. It's
I
just
think
a
this
straight
is
up, probably the best
such
amber
a
on the
heavy
market.
hitter.
I like
I love
Yuengling.
I love a
Yuengling.
Yingling at any
I
time of
love
the day.
Yuengling.
I'd put it above Guinness.
I would as
I
well.
like
Yeah.
Yingling for
Swap
breakfast personally.
Guinness.
If you've never had a Yingling breakfast,
Mhm.
I'd give it a shot.
It is the best beer.
Yep.
Actually, it would be hard pressed. There's a few on this list that might be better, but it's not Natural Light, which is next.
D.
No, that's gotta go. That's gotta be D tier, bottom.
I
But
might go
it's
C.
C,
for a
I'm not
flavor.
actually yet.
Because there's better. Miller High Life is almost the same price. You gotta go D tier. For
No,
Natural Light.
'cause-
Natural Light. Like
'cause-
it was only good if you're buying like over 60 beers in
The
quantity.
list is gonna progress.
If you're not buying
So for
beer
now-
for a party or for like a large event, there's no point in wasting your money on Natural Light.
I'd say C tier for.
I'd go D. It's
I'd
up to you,
say C.
Kyle. You're the decider.
For now, we're gonna put C tier, and it might work its way down the C tier.
That's
but It's
sure.
the only one occupying
yeah,
C.
I mean, we've all been broke, so
Yes, we have. Modelo.
I'm
Regular.
gonna go. I'm honestly
S.
gonna go S. I think Modelo is the best cerveza other than Pacifico.
If you both say
And
S,
maybe
I'm
Corona
fine with
Familiar,
that.
but that's not on the
I'd
list.
put it behind Guinness. if
I would
that's
put
what
it
you
behind Guinness and
As a
Yingling,
third
but
tier?
I would say it's also an S. Yeah. What do you
Only
think,
off
Kyle?
my personal experience, Modelo kind of makes my tummy hurt, but I love the beer.
Yeah.
So it's an easy S. I could drink a ton of them.
My thing with Modelo was one time a Mexican guy I worked with told me that Modelo is the only beer you can't get hungover on. That might not be true, but
He just said that, but it could be
He might have
true.
been a
we
smart
drank
guy.
a ton of them,
Could have been a doctor.
and I didn't get hungover, so I will.
Could have been a lawyer.
I think it's a comfortable
I don't think
S.
so.
I
Maybe.
love this beer.
Good guy then.
Yeah.
Love drinking Modelo.
What do we got up next?
Miller Lite,
The
Yeah,
perhaps one of the most drinking.
I think
beers.
that is the most
I think
A
it's
tier
A
beer of all
just
time.
because we put. I think it's just better than Coors Light. That's. What
I think
said.
it's. I think it's.
And I like it better.
Throw
than
it
I
away.
think it's even in quantity with Miller High Life or quality. I mean, I think it's probably
it's
the
floating
best.
high.
I
to
think it's
low
the
A
best
tier.
straight up light beer.
I think I'd take it over Miller High
It's
Life.
the best straight up
Would you
light
take
beer.
it over Miller High Life?
No.
I would not.
I wouldn't.
So if
I
we're
would.
going
I would put it in
majority
A
vote-
tier behind Miller High
That's
Life.
fine.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
Yes.
I can't-
Miller High Life is one of my
This is
favorite
democratic here. Come
Yeah.
on.
beers. Rolling Rock.
C.
Yeah, I
I'd
can
even
agree
flip
with
C to
that.
D.
I can agree with
Maybe
the C
D.
tier.
I like it at C. I like
I'll
it
go
at
C. Behind Natty Light, probably. It's okay.
Natty Light's
it's
price
a
per
pale
punch is
ale,
sitting
so it's
there.
like
And
it's
that's
not gonna
expensive
give
for-
you anything a pilsner or a lager or something like that's gonna give you. It's a switch up.
If
Is
there's
really
a
what
if
it
there's
is.
a
It's
Rolling
switch
Rock
up.
in my fridge,
I-
I'm not mad.
No, I'm not mad. I'm gonna drink it.
I've
but-
only ever been gifted a Rolling
exactly.
Rock. I've
It's a
never
nice
had
green can. It looks like you
Yeah.
can recycle it and save the earth.
Yeah, it's a great
It's a
pub.
C.
This is one I'm
tier.
excited
It's a
to
C
talk
tier beer
about.
to its core. It really is.
I'm really excited to talk about Twisted Tea because I can't really weigh in.
Overall-
I actually don't like it.
Overall,
But could it be
I'd
A
say
tier?
A tier because of all the flavors and varieties and the tall boys and the fact that we drink it literally like water. Me and Aaron
This is
at
going to
least.
be the
I'd
hardest
say
one
A
to
tier.
place.
I'd put it at B tier because I only drink it because I can drink it like water.
Yeah.
Do we want? Okay,
I'd put it
B-
behind Coors Light for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's a very.
That's fair.
It's a very
I think
nice
that's
spot
fair.
for Twisted
I
Tea.
think
that's
so.
fair.
You don't drink it because you like it. You
Yeah.
drink it because you can.
It goes down like water. I could shotgun it.
Iron City.
S for Steel City.
C.
No,
Yeah.
it's not that great. I'd probably give. I'd give it a
I'm
B.
drinking it all night.
No, I'd give it
No.
a B. I'd give it a B. It's not a bad beer. There's nothing
Behind
bad about
Twisted
it.
Tea, I'd
Yes,
give it that.
yes.
It's not. It's
yes.
very cheap too, to be honest. So
It
I
is.
would honestly give it a
Okay,
B just
yeah.
because of the money factor.
Land Sharks.
It's better than
this is
Natural
where
Light.
you
It is
lay
better
it.
than
S.
Natural Light, so.
I think Landshark for me is an S. Landshark is honestly a top 3 beer for me.
I've
I'd
had a
say
few
A.
of them.
Landshark is a top 3 beer
Where would
for
you
me.
put
I
it,
love
Kyle?
Landshark. I don't know what it is. I don't
I've
know what
had a
type of beer
few
it
of
is.
them.
I love the taste. That's all I know.
I'd say A.
For me, this is a B beer, but taking your guys' ranking into account, I
Wait,
would
it has
put
to be a
mine
cumulative
Miller
A because
Lite.
I went S. That's a cumulative A. We'll keep
Yep.
it at 3A.
Tecate.
Tecate, the most underrated Mexican beer maybe ever.
That's A.
Maybe ever. I agree. That's an A. I think
Okay, if
Tecate
you
is
guys-
an A
if you
just
guys
because
think-
it literally, like, if you're even at a Mexican
I'm
restaurant, it's
putting
like
it
$2
here.
for a Tecate.
I'm putting it here,
You can
in
get
front of
a
Miller
12
High
pack of Tecate for $12 at almost every beer.
I'm putting it in
As a
front of Miller High
consensus
Life.
A, and
If you
have an
don't
S,
know about
that's what it
Tecate,
is.
then you're either like from
I
Wisconsin
like
or
it
an
more
idiot.
than Modelo, but this is a cumulative list. I'm putting it top of 8.
I'd say it's
Modelo
almost
is-
equivalent to Modelo, but the fact it's extremely
never
cheaper
mind.
than Modelo is why it's an A.
I'm making a game time decision. It goes below High Life, but just barely.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's-
I think
it's
it's
an
above
amazing
Miller Lite.
beer.
I do. I really like
That's
Tecate.
a more comfortable
People
spot.
might
I
hate
know it's
Modelo
cheap
at
as
S,
shit,
I'm
but
gonna
I
be honest,
really like
but
it. It's got a
is-
good taste.
It is the right spot.
Summer Shandy, a beer I feel very strongly about and I
D
love.
tier.
I'm gonna
D
hit.
tier.
I'm gonna hit it with a B because
I hate it.
honestly, if it's not summer, I don't like it.
Can I put
If
it?
I'm not outside on a boat, on a porch,
Where do you want
on
it,
a
though?
yard, I don't know, just in
that
sitting outside.
that
if
seems
I don't
comfortable
like it.
for me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's-
I
I'd
agree
say
with
back.
that.
I'd
I
say
agree
the
with
end
that.
of B tier.
A lower B tier.
I would
above
say
Iron
I'd put it
City.
above Iron City for sure.
That's
Yeah,
what I would.
That's
do.
fair, I
That-
guess.
that seems
not
like
above
the fairest
Twisted
way to
Tea though.
I
No,
don't
because
like
that
it.
is the best for a hot day.
Yeah.
Leinenkugel's a B. Bud
Yeah.
Light.
After
C.
everything that happened, I
C tier.
think Bud Light is just a C beer.
I think it's above Rolling Rock, but I wouldn't put it above Natural Light for the price.
I agree. I agree.
Perfect.
I'm not
description.
buying it. Like I'm not going in there and buying Bud
Oh,
Light.
where's
That's
the
just
Bud Light?
truth. Exactly. No one's doing it.
Budweiser is.
Might be
Bud
behind
Heavy,
Rolling
I
Rock.
think is the C1 in my opinion. I think Budweiser is the C1. I think it's definitely better than Bud Light.
That might be a good take.
Only because
No,
I don't
that
know
is
if it's
a good
better
take.
than
That
Natural
is-
Light, but I think
Might be a
it's
good
the
take. It's
C1.
rude. I think that's a good take.
I would go C1 for Bud Light. I think it's the best C
very
tier.
based.
So I think that's.
I drink it
think
a lot
that's
in the
good
fall. Mick Ultras, great golfing beer.
B.
take. B. Above Twisted
I don't
Tea,
love
I'd
how
say.
it tastes. I don't
Right.
love it. Has a very
slot it
metallic
right
aftertaste.
here. I would slot
I
it
would
right
not put
here.
it over Coors
I-
Light. I would take a Coors Light over a Mick Ultra any day of the week.
Based.
Same with the Twisted Tea.
I
to
don't
be
love
honest.
I don't know.
Coors Light.
I would
Can
honestly say
this is
Michelob
the spot
Ultra.
I think it needs
I
to
would
be
put
in.
Michelob Ultra behind Leinenkugel's and the Bees.
I
if
like
was
it
me.
in between Coors Light and Coors Banquet and Coors Light. I think that's the right spot for it.
That's felt so real right there.
I guess.
That's a good spot.
All right, mid B
So-
for Michelob Ultra.
Sapporo.
I haven't added very much. I don't
It
think
is
it's
good.
bad. It's a situational beer.
I would-
Yeah, C1 is
top
probably.
of C.
I would say top of C. Yeah, it's slightly more classy than a Budweiser, and it's not great, but it'll get the job done for
It's
sure.
got good flavor, I think.
Yeah, it's
Good
got
taste.
interesting
Good
flavor,
taste.
I guess.
Sapporo.
Sapporo C tier top. Icy mango.
I
D
don't
tier.
like icy mango. I'm going D tier.
You guys
for
both
sure.
ran D tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta live in D tier.
Yeah.
I get it once in a blue moon.
But
Yeah,
it's
I'm not a
but it's
fan.
good enough to be on the board, I think, with all the beers.
Yeah, it's just like a thing to say. These are all the
Barely.
beers we liked.
Yep.
Yep.
D tier. It's not even beer.
It's
Pacifico.
really it's not even
S
good.
tier.
Pacifico's floating up to
S,
S, above
I'm
Modelo.
going S tier. Yeah,
It
just
might be number
slightly-
2.
It
I'd
might
say
be
right
2.
before Modelo. I'd say Guinness.
I would put it above.
I'd say
Guinness.
a seasonal Guinness is better than a Pacifico.
Mm. Yeah, true, because you can
Alright.
Irish car bomb Guinness.
Yep.
I love. I like it right there.
Yep.
In between Guinness and Modelo.
Yep. I think
Labatt
that's
Blue.
perfect.
Hockey beer, but D.
No.
I'd go C. I'd honestly go
I'd say
C2.
worst of C.
I'd go C.
Or worst of B,
I'd go
say.
C2 for Labatt Blue.
I'm putting it like right there.
Yeah, I
between
think
that's-
Sapporo
that's
and
the
between
best spot. That's
Budweiser
the
and
best
Sapporo.
spot.
I think that it's
No,
a
that's the
good
best
every once in a while beer.
And I might put Blue Moon behind Labatt Blue.
We're getting to a couple beers I would go D tier with in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Just to
Switch it
level
up.
it out.
Let's see what Corona's going to.
Corona?
Yep. I'd go
Very
A.
good A beer.
I'd go
That's
A.
A.
Yeah,
Bottom
I think
A.
Corona's bottom A. I think it's slightly worse than Landshark.
I'm
Slightly better than
consensus on
Banquet.
that. It's actually the worst Mexican. It's the worst cerveza.
I
but it's
agree.
the
I
most
think it is the
popular.
worst cerveza.
But is good.
It's a very cerveza heavy list, but they make good beer in Mexico. Blue
it's,
Moon.
It's dark and cerveza.
Blue Moon.
So I was saying,
I'm
I
honestly
think that
not a
goes
fan of Blue
behind Rolling Rock.
Yeah.
No. I think that goes between Labatt and.
I'm making the business decision to float Natty Light down to D tier top.
I agree. To
good
be
call.
honest, I don't like Blue Moon. I think, for me personally, it's a D tier.
But it's better than Bud Light.
It's
No,
better than
I
Rolling
don't think
Rock.
Blue Moon is better than any of the C tiers.
I don't know if it's
think
better
it-
than Rolling.
I think
For
it
me
belongs-
personally,
Oh,
Blue
really?
Moon is a D tier. I don't like Blue Moon. I think it
I
tastes
don't
like
like it either.
Febreze. I think it tastes like Febreze air freshener.
I think bottom C, behind Rolling Rock.
You can make your decision when you get a
Above
blue
Bottom
Natural
C,
Light
I
and
could
Monaco.
be okay with bottom
when
C.
you get a Blue Moon pitcher with orange wheels.
I could be
That's
all right
good.
with bottom C.
That's good.
A draft.
I'm just
Blue
not a
Moon.
fan of
Yes.
the Blue Moon.
Modelo Negra.
Good as fuck,
Solid
dude. That's
A-tier beer.
I'd say an A tier.
That
beer.
might be
I'd
A
like the
above
regular
High
one better.
Life.
Really?
I would not
For
argue.
me.
I don't think
This
it's
is-
better than Tecate or
I'm
Miller
floating
Lite.
it like
I think it's
right
better than
here.
Land Shark for sure.
I don't. I think Landshark is better. What do you think?
This
Kyle?
seems like a good home for it.
Okay.
right above Corona, little A5.
It's definitely better than Corona.
I like dark beers a lot,
Yeah.
but not so much Modelo.
Where's La
Negra.
Phil Milliard standing on Corona though?
S? If it was on the list,
The Familiar Corona is absolutely S.
it might be the
That
best.
beer
It's
is
better
amazing.
than Guinness.
That beer is an honorary S.
It's
You
better
know,
than
it's
Yingling.
not
Bush
like-
Light is my D tier.
La
I
Familiar.
slam it. It's probably top of D tier.
It is the
I like it better
easiest
than-
thing to drink. I'd say it's D1.
D1.
Because
I'd
the
go
variation-
D1.
whoa,
It
right.
sucks. It
Oh,
doesn't
with
taste
the
good. It's hella
variations?
With
bubbly.
Bapple though?
No, oh, Bapple, you're right. I think with Bapple,
Taking
it has to be a
Bapple into
mid-
account-
Bapple would be above
Right
Iron
above-
City Light.
I'd say right
Between
above.
Iron
Nah,
City, no,
I'd
it'd
say
be
I'm
above
floating
fucking-
above Budweiser.
I would go C1, just
Oh, dude,
including
I would
Bapple.
go- I would
I'd
go-
go C1.
I'd go
I
above
love that.
Leinenkugel.
Oh,
It-
Bapple. Fuck.
Nah,
no,
I'd go
C1.
It's because
C1,
regular
taking the
Bush
whole
is
beer
so
into account.
ass. Regular
Taking-
Bush is not
Taking
good.
the whole beer into account, C1 is
All
very
this beer
safe.
talk.
Yeah.
Peroni.
I like Peroni.
Very bitter beer.
I like it.
I think you have to like it, and I like it.
I would go B. I'd go B tier right before Iron City, to be honest.
Perfect placement.
Yep.
I don't know. What the fuck that
Heineken,
is.
B,
Yeah. It's
top of B.
Heineken
Yeah,
is not
top
B.
of D.
Heineken is like.
Nah, you gotta put Heineken before Bud Light, I think. Bud Light
God,
is
you're
trash.
right.
Yeah,
That
I think
seems
that,
like a great
that's
home
fair.
for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
PBR is D, but it's such a boss D. Like
Yeah.
it's an alpha male
It's the
D.
best. It's D1 for sure. PBR is D1. Stella
Stella.
Artois, that is an A beer. That is the bottom of A, I would say, but it's an A
I
beer.
think it lives above Corona.
Yeah.
This feels more natural.
Yeah, just A
bottom.
minus, an A minus beer for Stella.
And Surfsides. Do we like them more than
Just a
Please?
solid B, I'd say. I'd say the end of B. Just throw them in the end of B.
I might put it above Iron City. But I
Nah,
don't
we're
know.
hitting Pittsburgh. Fuck it.
I'm really happy with this.
All right, the full list leads out. S tier, Yingling, Guinness, Pacifico, Modelo. A tier, High Life, Tecate, Miller Lite, Landshark, Modelo Negra, Corona, Stella. B tier, Coors Banquet, Michelob Ultra, Coors Light, Twisted Tea, Leinenkugel, Peroni, Iron City, Surfside. C
The fuck
tier,
is a Peroni?
It's kind of
Busch,
a bitter beer. It's
Sapporo, Labatt, Bud Heavy, Heineken, Bud Light, Rolling Rock, Blue Moon. D tier, PBR, Natty, Icy Light Mango. If there's anything that we missed that's more popular, let us know.
Yeah, Surfside.
I'm sure we missed
Surfside's
the
better
list.
than Twisted
This
Tea.
is the list.
nice. I actually asked that.
Yeah, it is.
Can we make
It's
any
also
last
so
minute
much more
slams?
expensive, so I think it's fine on the tier list.
If I
I'm gonna
could-
take a picture of this here, so we can put it on the screen here in front of Aaron's face. But that is our list, and we're sticking to it.
It's a good list.
I don't hate it. I think PBR is like a badass D tier beer.
It's the best. It's
That's a
D1.
good beer.
That's
And
D1.
it's in D tier.
That's
That's D3.
that first JV player you send out when the varsity team's
PBR is
losing.
like-
Natural Light in D tier too.
That's like the first sub you put in when your team
I
is
guess
getting killed.
I'm
You
thinking
know,
like beers to
that's
get
the
at a
TJ
bar. on
McConnell of beers.
For-
All right,
This would be the beers to get at a bar on
the
vacation.
TJ McConnell of beers is PBR.
It's just quality.
That's beer to
Quality.
get whenever
For a
you're in
budget.
college.
Quality
is D
for a
tier,
budget.
Is what I'm seeing.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
I'd say
actually
C is
damn
also
right.
in that.
beers
I
to get
mean-
in college is D tier.
This
I
is
just-
like
yeah.
Labatt Blues, like a hockey game with your dad kind of beer.
This is
That's
all
true.
like I'm divorced and a father beer. It's
Sapporo
C
is like a
tier.
Yeah, like
baseball game with your
Heinekens.
dad.
This is like a summer outing with a family beer is also B tier.
Yeah.
This is like I'm at like a local bar beer is right here. This
And
is
what
I'm on.
I want to drink. Too.
Yeah, this is. Yeah.
Ah, fuck. If it's my personal list, I'm swapping High Life and Modelo A to S.
Would you put Modelo in A though?
Dude, it's a problem for me because I could even see Tecate floating to S.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could see Miller Lite floating to S.
Me too.
Like it's very very
Miller Lite
subjective.
is. If it was me, I would put. I like.
You guys banter. I have to drain the snake.
I would put.
I think we're about to close it off here,
I think
Kyle.
for
If you
me-
want to say goodbye here.
Pacifico is my favorite beer ever. I would
Yeah.
probably put Pacifico at 1.
Yeah.
And then I'd go Guinness, Modelo, and then Miller Lite. And then I'd put Yingling at top of A. I don't like Yingling that much.
I do.
I like
I
Yingling.
do like.
I don't
that
think I'd put it.
much.
I don't think I'd put it at above the other two, in my opinion.
Well, we'll put the list on the screen here.
Yeah.
Tell us if you agree or don't. But that is the full list. Final thoughts on the whole scenario for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hope genuinely that we have less than 6 wins and are in a top 5 pick situation next year for the draft. Aaron?
I hope that the Steelers suck dick and we get a quarterback.
We need one.
The cameras
Kyle,
are dead.
if you want to sign
Any
off for the
final
folks
thoughts?
at home.
Any final thoughts?
Any final thoughts about the Steelers or anything we touched on this evening?
Went off the rails quite a bit a few times.
Oh, of course.
But I think it was a productive first night, and I think we worked hard and did well. As for the beer tier list, could have been 20, 30 more beers on there.
Yeah, we
But
just
we did our best.
we
Hey,
didn't
if you
have
think
enough
there
time.
should be different beer, go ahead. Like
We
it.
would absolutely love to do a beer, dude. I speak for all of us, but we would love to do a beer tier list part 2. But
Probably
I
gonna
think
be a
that's all the
monthly
time we
thing.
have for today, and
I think
we're
that-
gonna go watch the Minnesota Timberwolves eat the Warriors for lunch. So,
Hey,
folks,
next,
Signing off.
bye guys. Hey, next tier list, whiskey tier list. Drop whiskeys. Tell me
Evan
whiskeys.
Williams is ranking
don't
high.
make them that expensive. We're not making money off this.
Whiskey tier list. Let 'em know.
Folks, if you enjoyed the inaugural episode of the Gin Tuesday show, hit that like for America.